Welcome everybody to day two, game two of the 2024 Purple Rain Series. This is our second annual Women's Valorant Collegiate Series here, powered by Rockstar, hosted by GCU. I'm Evan Kettler. You saw me last night, and today I'm here with Eli Ford.
Hello, what is up? Looking forward to this match and being able to cast this Purple Rain series.
Yeah, we're seeing a returning team here tonight, a dominant team to say the least. They actually won the tournament last year. We have got Carleton University coming back, looking to snuff out the competition once more, and their matchup for tonight will be against TMU White.
Yes, indeed. It's looking to be a good matchup. We already have the maps as well. We're going to be starting off in Bind with Carleton on attack, and then it will be going to Sunset in this map 2 with Carleton on attack as well, Sunset, and then third map
I believe was Ascent.
Ascent. Yes, Ascent third map with Carleton on defense for that one.
Yeah, so if you're looking at it right now, we got Carleton University and Toronto Metro University looking. There should have been a lineup there, but I guess there's not. We'll see if the players want to get into game. But honestly, I believe the players are already ready to go. They're raring to go. They're looking for a great matchup today. And in just a few seconds here, we'll look at this matchup. Now, last night, we saw a Bind game. And I was talking with Micah about it. And I said that I like to see a Viper on Bind. I know you cast a lot of our varsity guys. They love the Viper on Bind. Watanabe, or now Dino, loves playing that Viper on Bind. I love playing that Viper on Bind. We didn't see a single Viper on Bind last night. Viper was not played. UD actually ran Double Sentinel, I believe. They ran Cypher Chamber. Both teams running the Raze. Missouri opting in for Double Duelist with Raze Reyna. Both teams had a Sky, and both teams had a Brimstone. So that was the lineup we were looking at last night. Now, Carleton, I know we've seen them before. will they have? The real question is, have they changed at all since the last season? I think they had a couple seniors go on
Yeah.
their team last season, so we may be looking at a different lineup here in the 2024 series as opposed to the 2023 series.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if Carleton does come out and shine, like you said
Yeah.
last year, how they won the tournament, I'm expecting big things. I'm hoping for some creativity on these bind maps. Like you said, I've seen a lot of
Hmm.
like mirror comps, normal stuff, Viper, Brim, Sky, Chamber, just the normal setup bind. So hoping
I'm
to
gonna
see a little
rock
bit
your
of
world with this next
creativity.
comment. Meta comp was not played on Ascent.
Oh my gosh.
You missed it.
Oh my
You
gosh, I
talk
love it.
so
I love it.
much.
I hate it. I
If you
hate it
guys have
all.
not
So it's
tuned
great.
in
I
to
love
our actual Valorant streams that we do for the varsity guys here at GCU, Eli is one of the main casters on
that.
that
Oh,
stream.
man.
And Ascent is probably one of the most commonly played maps
Yeah.
outside of like Split, which our guys love to pick.
It's
right?
definitely like it's one of those maps where it can be such a comfort. It's been in the game since basically it's came
It's.
out.
I think
and
I mentioned. I think I was correct. It is the only competitive map to have never been taken
Yeah.
out of rotation.
Exactly. So I mean, a lot of these teams have played it over and over and
Yeah.
over, and ever since KO came out, which I believe was about 2 years
About 2
now.
years,
Yeah,
going
it's
a
been
year and a
it's
half, 2
just been
years.
the same composition without change. There is no change. We hate change on Ascent.
Yeah.
It's just like the easy cut and paste. Oh, Cloud9 did it, so it's fine.
Yeah,
Or
it was-
Sentinels did it, so it's easy.
It was a curious little lineup. We obviously had the KJs. I don't think KJ's ever
Yeah,
been not on that map. Just great B site denial. And we actually had Mizzou had no true flashes,
Interesting.
which honestly, looking back, it kind of hurt them. Right, last
Mhm.
night's game, obviously going in UD's University of Delaware's favor. But yeah, that Ascent map. They had a jet instead of, or sorry, they had a raise instead of a jet.
Oh, I like that.
So it was kind of a little bit of mixing up that duelist mirror comp.
Yeah.
They didn't have the KO. Both teams did have the Sova. I believe Missouri having the Omen.
Yeah.
Now the fifth character I am kind of forgetting. I just remember that they did not have that true flash from KO.
Right.
And it definitely hurt them a little bit. They were struggling to get that pushed through their Omen smokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So definitely a good matchup last night. I was happy that I was there to cast it. I'm
Yeah.
happy that I'm here tonight to cast this game. I'm super excited to get into it. TMU, I believe, not actually participating in last season's, if I'm not mistaken. I may get corrected on that. No, they were not in last season's tournament. So it is a new team. We've seen Carleton. We know what they've got. So TMU, it'll be a brand new debut for them, and I am excited to see what they've got.
I do love seeing the debut matches.
It
Just
is.
getting to see how they proceed and want to show off to the rest of the league and
Yes.
show how they can come in and maybe beat the top dogs.
Yeah,
Who knows?
and coming in and maybe showing in dominant fashion that they may be the team to take the season this time. So yeah, a lot of great matchups. Let's talk about buying a little bit.
Yeah.
Every map more or less has a gimmick, or what I call a gimmick to it,
Yeah.
right? Even Ascent, the most basic of maps, has
The door.
closable doors.
Yeah.
2 closable doors in B site and A site. Bind getting a little bit more intense on
Yeah,
the
it definitely
door. Bind has teleporters. You saw it last night if you were tuned in. Bind has 2 teleporters, technically 4 teleporters. If you want to get into the technical terms of it.
It's 2 teleporters with 1
It's
exit. one
like
entry, you know.
multiverse. If you go to one,
Yeah,
is it really the
it's
same
true.
world? But as we go into draft here, we're gonna be looking at the team comps. We're gonna be talking about Bind, talking about those teleporters,
Ooh, I already like what I'm
and
seeing.
I am seeing great things. A TMU White opting in for a double initiator with the Sova and the Breach, and they're going
Actually,
to go with
both.
an Omen pick instead of the, I believe, more commonly seen Brim on this
Yeah.
map. And then they're going in for the Cypher, very commonly seen as a kind of switch out between Cypher and Chamber, depending if their Sentinel player feels comfortable hitting those shots with the Chamber. So they're going to opt in for the Cypher here, and then obviously a very good duelist on this map in that Raze.
Yeah, and this is just completely different than what is normally played here. Obviously, you see no Vipers, and if Charlton does go ahead and select that Astra like they're hovering over right now, this could be a pretty interesting map overall. You know, it's not going to have any Vipers, no
Nope.
Brimstones, and then you have a Breach, which Breach, Honestly, I think Breach is a little underrated on this map
Oh.
with all the stun lines you can do.
Yeah,
Like, for example, on B long, you can just get the
Yeah.
entire lane. And yeah, that
The
Astra
Astra
does
is
get
getting
hit.
locked in. One of the big sights I like to see on this is actually the Viper and the Breach coming in. Obviously, we're not seeing it, but if you are able to wall that B side, or sorry, that A side, kind of cutting off that default plant in onto that triple, and kind of cutting off that heaven, and then you Breach stun into U-Haul. That is a great push that they've got going on. But obviously, like you mentioned before, we're not seeing the Viper. We're not seeing any walls actually coming in. It is going to be purely a smoke game through and through on the game 1 of Carleton FE versus TMU White.
Yeah, and I think what I'm mostly looking for, obviously it's like the mirror matchup, except for the controllers at Omen and Astra. For Omen, it's a little more intuitive what you want to use the blinds for. You know, you have those big, long lanes, like kind of like the Breach stun as well, where you can just get so much space with the blind. But I'm kind of interested to see how Carleton uses the Astra stuns and sucks throughout the map, just where they want to take space in, how they use that utility to take the space in.
Now, I'm looking at Carleton's roster. We are seeing a couple returning names. Hans and Tranquil both competing in the 2023 series, both having dominant play styles. So the real question is, does this Carleton team have the same synergy that last year's Carleton team had, even having a few different players? Plink looking to boombot into this long. However, no, Sobadar actually getting the pick onto the teleporter side of this B-long site.
Yeah, and that's the grenade already used. Some great util to get out of Carleton early. That raise nade can be such a bother when you're trying to entry onto sites. And there's the Cypher Cam also going to pick up that Cypher alert through Bath. And there's that stun as well. Getting a little adventurous, the race bot as well. And Carleton's basically going to take a free site to both the players on A huddled up into lobby. And that nice breach stun, the Cypher get one, maybe even two, but no.
That is a great kill from Levici there. Actually 50 HP from the boombot that got sent through teleporter. Able to get one before getting traded back out. It is now a 4v4 retake for the side of TMU.
Yeah, and I like how TMU is approaching this. You have 3 coming out through Bath and the Sova just walking up into U-Haul. Maybe going to get a free pick if it does come through. And the Cage also could have a stick on the bomb, and there it is. There's the half. The Suck is going to take the bomb off half. But
TMU C-Toad, I believe that is C-Toad getting 2, Ellie getting 1, Plink getting the trade, Plink getting a second, but Ellie coming back for that second kill of the round, able to clean it up.
Yeah, and that's definitely down to the Sova on TMU White, just sneaking into U-Haul and getting 2 kills, 2 frags right away. And also that Cypher Cage, it's a little micro play, just kind of covering, obviously covering yourself on the bomb, but in that instance, it looked like Carleton was looking to try and spam the players through the smoke, and the dart, or the Cage just saved them, never actually was able to scan any of the players, and the kills went TMU's way, and that's the pistol.
And you mentioned that it was TMU C-Toad actually there in that U-Haul side. C-Toad was never off of that A site. 3 players rotated through showers, but C-Toad actually came through tunnel and tube in that backside of A. So she was able to just kind of sneak into U-Haul uncontested.
Yeah.
We're now looking at a B-side push. Plink maybe seeing somebody there in that back site.
Yeah,
this could be a very quick push from Carleton.
And unfortunately, they have not cleared anything on B long. There are 4 players from TMU here ready to receive all this aggression. The util does come out.
A big blind coming in. Smoke is covered. That is 3 down for TMU. 4 down for TMU. And it is a 1v5 for the Cypher from Carleton here. A great read from TMU here early on. They figured that with the short range guns on Carleton's side, B site is their better contest rather than that open A site. Read it perfectly, and there's just nothing much Carleton could do about that.
Yeah, I definitely like the defense that TMU White put into that site. They had a lot of control in that B long position and was able to let Ellie, the Omen, on TMU just kind of sit in the middle of sight and catch all these players jumping out of hookah and just collect kill after kill with the Spectre. Quite free as the final kill to possibly come through. Just a little bit to concuss as well to seal things, and C-Toad will complete out the round. 2-0, no lives lost, no guns lost. Pretty good bonus just overall for TMU White. You see that eco could definitely start to balloon if Carleton does falter this round with the light shields and the Phantom.
I will say a big thing we saw last night was the third round going obviously in the way of the guns. You know, a big thing in Valorant is that gun advantage can be a thing and it cannot be a thing, right? If TMU plays this correctly, they could have Vandals and Phantoms in their hands by the end of this round. But in the opposite way, if Carleton plays this correctly, it might be their first round of the tournament. You know, exactly right there. You see, that is purely a gun diff. Breach now at about 25 health, purely because that Spectre just does not hit as much as that Phantom does.
Yeah, absolutely. Now the hits come through. Sammy's gonna go ahead and find their counterpart in hands, and now the hit just kind of comes to a slow stop as the smokes block Carleton from coming in. 3 players from TMU gonna be on the site. Sammy
Blink
does
actually
go
gonna
down.
take out Sammy.
And now they still decide to wait just a little bit longer, maybe for some smokes into heaven. Yeah, now the hit comes up. Just 2 players walking up. The Astra and Cypher have a little bit more space, but this hookah position, or this U-haul position, is going to be kind of hard to crack. There's the camera down in the wide swing. Wow. Love the confidence on that. The dart to come through, and the tags. 3v4 retake.
Cito actually getting 1.
Gets
Cito getting 2.
2.
Cito getting 3 on the pull.
And there's Oliveira to finish out the round.
The Vici
wow.
trading out onto Ellie, but Aloe Vera able to get that 5th kill. Cito
Making the Spectre look
getting,
like a rifle right,
right?
there.
I mean, I feel like I just got proven so wrong. I said that a gun diff is a major thing, and at distance, obviously the Phantoms and the Vandals are more commonly considered the solidified win there.
Yeah.
But Cito, knowing that spread of the Spectre, knowing that spray, was able to take down 2. And then Helen trying to get a couple kills, almost got a collat there as we saw, but Cito pulling out the Sheriff and just absolutely taking her down.
Yeah, and it looked like that post plan was just a little bit miscommunicated on the side of Carleton. A lot of angles just being solo fought alone, and you saw TMU taking advantage of that. Both players, the Cypher and the Sova, swinging at a U-haul, taking the fights, trying to take it together as much as possible. And it's just going to put Carleton in a really big hole here now. It's going to be another eco for them, trying to take a little bit more space towards A, as they're just going to be trying to outshoot these Vandals and Phantoms. But
they are going to clear the corner. Hans is going to get 1. Sammy's going to get the trade, and Sammy's going to get 2.
Wow. Honestly, pretty fortunate for Sammy to get 2 there. You know, you're going to try and hold that position in Bath, especially on the eco. I don't necessarily like the idea, because they're going to be coming in with Spectres, Stingers, the close range guns that are normally going to take the cake for that part of the map, but Sammy's showing
she's got the aim. Yeah, she hits heads.
Yeah.
And now, like you just mentioned, these Spectres, these Stingers, close range guns, now pushing into what is considered a long range sight in Valorant. C-Toad checking U-Haul, and these TMU players have stacked on this A site. Obviously, Cypher's still got their cam on the B side to help out Omen if they need it. And this hit is going to come out from Carleton onto this A site. They've got it smoked off. Sammy's going to swing, is going to get 1, going to get traded. Oliveira's going to get 1. Tranquil going to get that trade. It is now a 1v2 to the side of TMU.
Bomb does go down. Ultor going to get that ult up on this round. Not able to.
Tranquil gonna get almost tagged, not quite, but a spray comes through the box, and C-Toad going to get, I believe, their 8th or 9th kill.
Yeah, and I mean, just kind of a difficult round for Carleton there. You know, you have the man disadvantage after Bath. It's gonna be a 4v3 trying to just hit through. Normally doesn't bode quite well when you just have to basically tunnel vision, or not tunnel vision, I'm sorry, just like burst through on one choke point.
Yes.
So overall, it's not the easiest way to win attack rounds, but
and that's something that Mike and I actually talked about last night, is that there's really like 2 main characters that can be super detrimental to a push. If you lose your smokes early on, and if you lose your duelist early on, it is very hard to take space without those two agents. And obviously TMU is showing that it honestly doesn't matter who's there. That is a great hold from Plink. I'm sorry, not Plink. That is Sugar, holding the orb and B main or A main into showers so that Sammy can get that ult orb. And that puts Sammy with her ult for a potential retake.
Yeah, and I like the info that's being gathered right now by TMU using that drone. Sova all the way on B site, taking advantage of the teleporter, gonna clear out all of Bath. Maybe see if that Astra is still lurking around, and Charlton's getting ready to mount a huge hit. The smokes, the darts come in, and the Raze is in onto site. The
Raze
nice
is in.
flash.
That is a flash coming in. Plink actually going to get the kill onto Aloe as they are full blind. Boombot coming in, not going to grab Sushi.
I know exactly.
The ult's going to come out, though.
Oh, and
Bot
the
going to go
solo
down.
as well.
Is it going to be enough? They see the right side. Swings. Blind and gets the kill.
3v4, and actually
And
the
now it is a
teleport.
full rotate from Carleton in a 4v3 situation.
Both these players, I believe, got tagged. The Breach may not have actually gotten tagged, so this position maybe not quite well known for TMU, but C-Toad has an inkling about it.
Great
No,
angle
the
from Hans.
headshot.
Is going to get the one. Is going to get taken out as she tries to stun. It is now a 3v2. TMU with 0 ults, Carleton with 2, and both viable options for defusing or stopping the defuse. Apologies.
Yeah, and you also have that Asher suck. It's going to be super hard for TMU to try and get any.
And you hear that ult coming out. Actually not going to get the kill.
Oh.
Sugar going to get one. Helen going to get the kill, and Helen going to get the second, and that will be round number 1 to Carleton.
Yeah, definitely not a pretty one to get, though, at that. You know, you get those first 2 kills on the A side, and you're feeling pretty good about the round overall, but the rotate comes in, the trades come through for Carleton, and kind of make it slightly winnable. Lose only, I believe it was 3 players that they lost? Or Carleton, not
Carleton
TMU.
did end up losing 3, yes. They had 2 alive
so,
at the end there.
You know, it's not going to really put a dent in the eco. Looks like it might be another big buy in the next round if things go wrong for TMU again. But overall, TMU just sticking in there, getting the kills, making sure the eco will not get built up for Charlton.
They are definitely looking to deny this round from Carleton, as I believe 2 players were more or less broke. One of them actually having only light shield, which could be detrimental. I know we've seen a lot of Vandals coming in from TMU, and with light shield, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but I know that there's at least one Phantom on that TMU side that could be super detrimental to whoever has that light shield.
Camera taken out.
Absolutely, and looks like Charlton trying to get a little adventurous on the B site. The shock darts actually break the tripwire.
Clearing out
for
the
Cypher.
util. Oh, Ellie actually getting dinged through the wall. That is unfortunate. Han's going to pop ult. That's going to be a fast push in from Carleton.
Link actually kills Ellie backside with the nade, but
There,
the
Aloe
Roomba
going to
comes
get
through.
one. The wall bang, though.
Wow.
Great game knowledge there from Hans. You see her spraying through that box, knowing that the Cypher is still back there. Now Carleton in a 4v3, still has those 2 ults, but TMU with 2 of their own.
Definitely still plausible for TMU to claw their way back in. That Raze ult could be ever so dangerous. But man, the Silva ult to try and deny this.
Medici could actually get hurt a lot here, down to 50 HP. Gonna get brought out in the open. Great ult from the Breach. C-Toad getting the kill on that. Gonna push out for more. Gets caught with their hands out. That is Hans down. It is now a 3v2 to the side of Hans.
Oh wow, and there's the ult comes in.
TMU.
It gets halved.
But it is not going to be enough.
Whoa, it is.
Like you could stop me.
The Tranquil's
Wow.
ult not enough. Playing too far back for that ult with not knowing that her teammates were getting picked off, and that will be round number 5 to TMU.
I mean, really, that round just comes down to C-Toad and that push on long, just
That's a
catching
great
the breach
push.
with the stun out. Not really super aware that a player could be so close. Props
It was
to
a
C-Toad.
great ult from Sammy, assisting C-Toad on that initial kill onto the Cypher, sitting in Garden. And C-Toad, knowing that she has been dominating this lobby so far, decided to take it one step further and get 2 more down long.
It's also the awareness from the breach, Sammy on TMU, just to make sure that it gets halved from before that Civil ult does come in and kill her, making it possible for the defuse to come in and the round to go to TMU. It looks like Sugar is
Helen
gonna
gonna get caught out. Sugar finding that kill on early showers, and like we mentioned before, not having smokes early on could be a huge detriment to the side of Carleton.
Luckily for them, they did get the smokes down right before they actually started to push Bath, so it's not the worst thing in the world, but now those smokes come down, and now that problem definitely does arise. The Cypher cages to try and make up for that deficiency in the TPs to try and full
It's gonna be
rotate.
two
come through.
TPs, but we've got Aloe on the B side already there. C-Toad getting another in that commonly sat U-Haul corner, and now it is a 5v3.
Oh, and I like
Now a
this from
5v2. Aloe actually getting 2, and the last is alive on the A side with bomb down. The last alive is dead, and Aloe showing that C-Toad is not the only one who can get those clutch factors in this game. Getting 2 in that B-side elbow, securing the 7th round for TMU.
Yeah, and I think that going throughout,
Here comes a timeout from Carleton.
I think the big thing that TMU is looking for, especially on the A side of the map, you see that Astra is just completely alone.
Yes.
A lot of the time, we've seen that fight take place within the first 10, 20 seconds,
Yep.
just trying to take a little bit of extra space, but kind of putting their life on the line in a way, just being that lurk character. It can be good at times, but
It's tough when you're only running smokes. A commonly found comp in this game is running a Brim and a Viper, so you can have one of your smokes kind of on that flank watch, kind of on that lurk, without having to worry about your only smokes getting taken out. And obviously, we're seeing Carleton try and doing that, but only having that one smokes player.
Yeah, and it's kind of I guess. I don't know what the word exactly is, what I'm trying to say, but just I suppose the unawareness from Helen on the Astra.
Yes.
For TMU, they've been fighting for this space just about every single round. You know, you have that, you have the raise and the breach from TMU. Sugar is always going to be on that angle, has been for the past 3-4 rounds, trying to take out Helen and be that first blood of the round. And finally on that eco, it comes through and actually looks like another A push gonna come in. Yeah, but now Helen's gonna have some help from the raise. The dart maybe gonna find a wall bang or two. Oh, I like that play. Just the idea in general, trying to get a cheeky first blood through the smoke.
No damage going to come through. We now have 2 players watching the shower side. Dart comes through, gets the second. Blind. Ellie's going to swing, going to get 1. Sugar's going to be there for the second. And that is both of their important players down with still a minute left to go.
Yeah, and that's a triple TP. That Bath pinch is just phenomenally played by TMU. Definitely ready for that to come. And now the race ult.
They've got the follow through. They don't know where Aloe is. Aloe gets taken out. They wanted to re-rotate, but do not get it. And the ult coming through for Sugar. That's 1 alive. They know Hans is in this corner, but they have the bomb down in Garden, and all they have to do is hold.
Yeah, the 4v1 definitely going to be a tall order for the Carleton breach. Half health and a dream. Let's see what they can make of it. Hans to go to work. Concuss full util. All the flashes if they want. The smoke gets refreshed. The walkout, C-Toad.
Great double peek from C-Toad and Aloe in that Garden side. Going to get that final kill. Carleton, TMU is up 7-1 right now. Carleton is looking for something to change, and obviously this round is not going to be the one to do it. They're running Sheriff's Light Shield on 4 out of the 5 players. Plink not having enough money to buy that half shield and still have money left for the next round.
Yeah, and honestly, if you want to know how this is 7-1 right now, all you have to do is look at that last round from TMU. The beautiful Bath push, completely changing up their setup. Normally it's the Raze and the Breach in Bathroom. This time it's the Sova and the Omen, with the Breach and the Raze running through the teleporter. The Omen blind going to make it so that the players on Carleton don't even know that the TP gets hit. And they just get completely pinched. No sight, no fight.
Carleton wants this B side fast. They want to take it now, but they do not realize that 4 out of the 5 players are sitting on this B side. Sushi actually taking out Helen with the nade, going to get taken out. So Plink actually going to get 2 with the spray. That could be the round here. That could be what turns the tides for Carleton in round number 9. Ellie actually going to get 1 onto Lavici. It is a 3v3 for TMU.
And all 3 of these players are
3 going to get sprayed. They heard the drone go out. Plink going to get tagged in tube. Plink.
Oh, and I like that C.
Ellie gonna get one. Tio and Toad gonna get the other two. Plink's 2 kills, all with that stinger early out into the beat back site was not enough, as Toad just absolutely laying in from Hookah.
And just the absolute utility spam
Dump.
on all those players. They just, I'm pretty sure they knew all 3 of those players were bunched up into 2 or back site, and they just threw the breach combustion, I believe is what it's
Aftershock.
called. Or the aftershock, yeah. I'm
You
a
play Valorant.
player, and I don't even know what it's called. The aftershock comes in, the darts, the drones,
It was
literally everything you can throw.
And we couldn't quite see it, but you could see it on the map. That Aftershock actually forcing the Omen player the Breach player from Carleton out into the open for Ellie to clear. Sugar
man.
not quite going to get that op kill that she was looking for, but now they know that TMU has an op,
Yeah.
which is never a great thing to let them know without getting a kill from it.
Oh, and I really like this idea from Sugar. You show the presence of the op on the A site, and you just have this inkling that they're just going to run away, try and get to anywhere else on the map. And sure enough, Charlton's just grouped up onto this B site, 3 on B long, 2 towards Hookah. And Sugar's looking to see if they can get a little...
Oh, and Sugar, not quite. That is a tough nade from her as she gets stunned and misses the nade out of the door.
Yeah, that was definitely a little bit awkward. Oh, boy.
Bomb
Oh,
not
wow,
going to go
nice
down.
Lopes.
Toad actually going to get one. Plink going to get a trade onto Ellie.
Oh,
Not
and there's
quite
the
with a
rotate.
nade. And Carleton a full rotate. C-Toad going to almost be there for this push, but not quite going to wait for the team. Actually, he's going to try and contest as much as possible. That is
Wow.
1 kill. That dart coming in clutch. Aloe there for the second. And this just became a 4v2 for TMU White here. Tranquil hears these players. They're going to clear it. Sugar going to get 1.
Oh.
Tranquil going to get 2. And Sammy going to get the trade back. That is round number 9 to TMU.
A lot of great utility. I especially like that utility from the Sova player. Both the shock darts, they know that basically all 4 of the players from Charlton are going to have to be sprinting through that bath spot. And it was just like that eco round before. If you're going to have to run through 1 choke point, it's definitely going to be difficult. And when you have a shock dart that does 75 damage on impact to all your players, you definitely saw the health go down as that second shock dart especially.
And that Phantom, a more commonly placed weapon for the spray transfer. Able to get that 1 kill, and then Aloe right there behind following up with the second as Toad gets swung there.
Full blind too, by the way.
What?
Full blind
Yeah,
too.
full blind too. Carleton just trying to find something. Plink with a stinger pushing into U-Haul is going to clear it. They get the tag onto Ellie in the back site. Aloe at 1 HP, just barely avoiding that boom bot. Carleton might get a free site here, but they do not realize it.
It might even be.
And it might actually be a fast 5-man TP out of this A site into B.
The lineup.
They are going to
Yeah,
bait the
there it
plant.
is.
All 5 players to TMU on this A site, and now it is going to be a fast rotate from both teams. They're going to have to get this plant down as fast as they can.
And the problem for TMU on this retake is they have the breach ult, and all these players from Charlton, or sorry, TMU are basically in the same spot. Sugar, though, not really going to care about that. Does pick up the first blood.
And that will be 1 ult down from Carleton. Plink sitting in this corner is not going to be able to get that kill on Sugar as she gets her 3rd kill of the round. Levici getting the trade, but cannot contest this defusal. They're playing that top down from Hookah to drop, and Sammy's going to come away with that kill.
That's big from Plink. The 2 in elbow, getting the first and just transferring onto the last player, Plink, in that corner with the stinger. A little bit of whiffage from Plink, but you know that is all good.
It is what it is.
It happens.
That's the stinger, you know.
That's true.
The stinger has some
hits
crazy recoil.
or misses.
Yeah.
I know that's a crazy statement for an FPS. You either miss
Or you hit or you miss.
Yeah.
But you know, that's the way the cookie crumbles.
It's true. It is true. Actually, a little surprised to see that the breach ult wasn't used from Charlton on that post plant as well.
No, I think they're definitely looking for a 10-2 half here. They're going to be using a lot of these ults. I don't actually even think we've seen an Astral Wall get dropped this game.
Yeah, we haven't.
This half,
The
an
wall hasn't
Astral
been
Wall has
used
not
and-
come out.
I believe the Sova ult was used once, but other than that,
Sova ult has been used once.
You want to fight
oh,
it?
speak
And then,
of the
speak
devil.
of it, that ult's going to come in. All players are going to get pushed out.
Yeah, and there's the breach ults as well.
Carleton going to take this site. They're kind of skeptical, though. They're not quite fully
Ooh, this
content with
actually
taking it.
TP'd behind that too.
Sammy going to stun out, not quite going to catch Tranquil. Shushi going to take out Tranquil point
wow.
blank. Going
And
to get a
it is
second
another.
on Helen and Showers. Levici getting one on a Sugar. Sito getting the trade. Hans getting that trade.
Oh, wow, both players 1 HP.
TMU, Ellie getting the kill onto Levici, and it is a 1v3 in the final round of this half. Hans 1 HP, gonna get one, and Alo's gonna get the trade.
Thought something might erupt from there, but no fear. TMU does come in with the trade.
These TMU players have been playing,
Switching
watching
sides.
each other's back this entire half, and now they're on defense. Or sorry, now they're on offense,
I mean,
which is a trade game to say the least.
yeah, definitely. And I mean, the way that TMU is shooting right now, they definitely look on pose to win this map pretty
know.
outright. 13-1, maybe even 13-3 if the pistol does.
If the pistol
And,
goes the opposite
yeah.
direction. No, we've been talking about C-Toad's amazing performance so far this first half, but let's talk about Ellie's util usage. You're seeing 11 assists on Ellie. That means the smokes are going down where they're supposed to, the flashes are coming through, and that is what you're looking for from your controller player, is those big assist numbers. And she's doing exactly what she is intended to do. That's exactly what her team needs from her, and it could be one of the big reasons why they are up 11-1 right now,
Yeah,
going into the second half.
Absolutely, and I kind of like this default from TMU. Just a little bit of a 2-3, 2-1-2 even. The defense for Carleton, oh, a bit of an up-down as well. And I like this push out of Bath, taking in the extra space. And now realizing that maybe not many players as the Cypher, normally a lurk character.
Sugar sees
Sugar.
one in this corner. Tranquil gonna get one.
wow.
Levici gonna get two. That is a great cross from them from Tube and Elbow.
Now just
Levici going to avoid the damage from that shock dart. That is big in the pistol rounds. Sito
There's
gonna get
Sito.
one onto the Levici, who was sitting in the smoke. Ellie getting stunned, but Aloe is there to get the kill. Han's gonna get one, gonna get two. Sito gonna get the one. It is a 2v1 to Carleton. And not going to be able to get that double headshot that they needed.
definitely fought their way back into that round. It
did,
I
for
mean,
sure.
the first two go down, and you just bust through the smoke. The stun and the blind do come through, picking up a kill onto Tranquil in the middle of the site and onto Lavici in elbow. But overall, Carleton definitely know that they're never gonna lose a round that big, or when they have an advantage that big, the
Yeah.
two players up.
And Lavici almost getting taken out in the wrong way. Sitting in smoke, decided to push out, but they were watching exactly where they were coming from. This is going to be a big push. Going to actually catch this player out. But Hans with the Spectre is able to avoid the right clicks. Left with 72 health.
And a nice resonate too to keep the rest of the players back, and the fast rotate comes through.
I don't know if she avoided the stun or it was right on the end of the duration, but Hans avoiding that.
Hans definitely got hit by the stun.
Yeah.
You saw, yeah. I don't know how you get that kill, just but the right click's just doesn't hit. It's like the stinger. It either hits or it doesn't hit.
This could be the new model of Purple Rain. It hits or it doesn't.
It's like a Vandal. You either hit a
You either
headshot,
hit your headshot or
or you
you
miss.
don't hit your headshot. Blink sitting in this garden,
Speaking
gonna get one. Oh my goodness, knows that all three of the other players are there. A TP coming through. Tranquil getting one, Lavici getting one, and Tranquil getting the second.
That's some good team play as well. Getting the
Carleton
TP.
wants this game back.
Yes, they do, and I mean that's just a fast reaction from the players on B. It's Plink seeing all four, not basically, literally seeing all four of the players from TMU walking through Bath, having a good time. Have a Tranquil and Lavici just TP through and come help her out in Bath, and they get all the kills. No deaths to come.
Yes, and that is going to be big into this bye round for TMU. 3 Bulldogs can honestly contest the Vandals and the Phantoms to Carleton. and having 5 guns versus 3
And they're
is
pushing.
always
They
big.
push through A as well. 4 players: the Sova, Breach, Raze, and Astra, all just playing retake for B. And oh, the Sova getting a little adventurous, TPing through.
Tranquil avoiding that wallbang damage.
Oh yeah, and that's
Knowing that there's
basically-
2 players in the teleporter, they're going to opt in to push this site fast. They need to find Levici here to clear site fully.
Oh, and the wall.
Levici getting 1 through the
Both
smoke.
kills,
Ellie
wow.
getting a trade through the smoke, however. And this is now TMU's site to hold in a 4v4.
Yeah, and
Right here.
TMU finally taking this hookah point, but the fight is going to come in CT. The Omen and the Rays maybe looking to swing out from elbow and take these CT players by surprise. And yeah, the Omen creeping up ever so slightly, and the flank will come through. But
Aloe actually on a disgusting flank here. Cito getting 1 from Long. Plink getting a trade onto Sugar. Cito gonna get a second. Not quite gonna get the third. Going to get 1. Carleton, all that's left alive is Plink as the bomb is ticking down.
just looking for kills.
They're looking for a double swing here. This could be it. TMU, Ellie going to get that final kill, is gonna die from it.
Oh yeah. Thought she could
But
get
who?
away for a second.
But who cares? They're 1 round away from winning this game 1 of game 2.
yeah, I
it's-
mean
They're looking good.
the one bright side for Charlton coming out of that round is that you killed 4 players. You could theoretically have an eco advantage, but I mean, it's just a slight one. There's a Guardian instead of a Phantom, and then 2 players on Light Shield. That's about the best you can ask for.
It is the best you can ask for, but the thing is, TMU is just looking for the win here.
Yep.
They're not super caring about economy. They're saying if we win this, the game is over. We're buying up. We're gonna force this into our win. And Carleton is hoping that they can stop them and send this game onward.
Yeah, and now the 4 players from TMU just gonna have that Cypher lurking right outside of Hookah. Probably more of a base setup. Obviously, we're not gonna see too much of it, but that Cypher's been alone quite a bit throughout these 3 rounds. And now the
Astra
creep up.
jump peeking triple, waiting to give the call out that Hans can send this stun down. Not quite gonna hit the Rays.
Oh, and
the
here's
boom bot.
as well. Charlton though finds 2
Carleton,
players.
Helen getting a kill, as well as Levici
There's the tripwire.
finds a
destroyed, and
tripwire.
now-
TMU in a 3v5 on this site. Do they know where Levici is at? I do not think they do.
I
And
like
they're
this
gonna
idea.
rotate back through CT spawn towards A. Helen here to stop him though. So let's see if she can get 1 or maybe 2. Not gonna get
Ooh.
any as Sammy swings that corner and all 3 players are spraying down. Now Carleton back. And this is, now TMU White is back on defense and Carleton's the ones attacking
Yeah, basically
site.
just gonna flip the script.
Spike planted.
Yeah, and there's the flashes.
Gets the 2, they do not know where the 3rd is.
Yeah, and both 2 players on TMU very weak as well. Who knows what
All
they could
3
do?
players,
Blink.
some Plink actually getting 1.
One enemy remaining.
Levici getting another, they know where Sammy is. Han's going to get that final kill.
Team A.
Carleton's ready to bring this back. They
Yeah.
won it.
And that definitely is just a tough bomb plant to try and defend from the CT side. You know, it's not really open to heaven all that much. You have to basically run out of heaven onto that balcony angle and just try and spray and pray, hope you get the kills off the bomb. And obviously it does not work out for TMU in that round, but now we have some life for Charlton. Nico?
Carleton does, however, their buy is looking into a force until they win or lose kind of situation.
Oh yeah,
One player with
that's
zero money. If these Carleton players continue to die in these rounds, they're going to continue to be on light buys until this game is over.
That's true. You're just kind of looking, if you're Charlton, to get a nice clean round of defense.
They're looking for a flawless in this round in particular. TMU on a full save with just maybe a sheriff to their name.
Yep.
Carleton needs to take this with maybe just 1 death.
Yeah, even 1 death might not even be that bad. You see the Bulldog and the Guardian. on board. So if you lose those weapons, those are the ones you're going to want to look to upgrade as it is. So maybe not the worst thing in the world if 1 or 2. Well, 2 definitely, but 1, you know, all good.
TMU actually looking for what I believe is an A push here. They've got C-Toad up into this shower corner. You saw Ellie smoke herself off so that she can push into this corner.
Yeah.
I believe this, unless they decide to go for this B, they are actually going to take this B site.
Oh, wow.
It'll be a 2. Levici getting 1. Not going to find
Yeah.
any bullets onto any of the other 4 players, and now it is a full rotate, but Carleton actually with the read and the guns. Helen getting 1.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just all 3
Plink gonna
players.
get a little bit of damage
on
onto Aloe. Helen gonna get her second. Plink gonna get 1, gonna get 2. And just like we were talking about, Carleton with the flawless, they're back on the econ that they need to continue this game.
Yeah, they're basically going to be able to buy up whatever they want for the rest of the game. They could even purchase an op, which the way that TMU's playing probably won't be the answer. You're probably going to want to have the Phantoms, the Vandals,
They are
all that
playing a
good stuff.
They're playing back into a heavy push.
And yeah, I mean, I like the idea that TMU had there to try and make noise on the B, but kind of tough to do that when you're on an eco with not really that much utility.
It is.
And then you have the Sova and the Lurk. You kind of need the Sova util to throw out as it is on the takes, but the drone and the Roomba use nades.
Nades coming out, double satchel, getting caught out by the Cypher Trip, and Levici with the Guardian able to get that kill. Ellie gonna swing in the back sight. Tranquil gonna get caught out. TMU has sight now with Levici in this corner. Sammy gonna take out Levici, and this is looking like it could be match and game.
Yeah, the 3v4 is definitely going to be tough. You have that Raze ult to work with a little bit. But other than that, not really too much other utility points in the tank. Yeah, and there's that Raze ult. It's going to come in. The 3 players to flood out of CT. And actually, the bomb planted in quite a weird spot.
Now
The
this is
smokes
wall
could be
bangable
through.
is the thing.
Oh. Or that.
Gonna
the
get it
stick.
to half. They
It
are
does
gonna get it to
not,
half.
though.
It doesn't get it to half. However, they have the numbers. They may be able to hold this just long enough. Is not going to be able to, and that will actually be game 1 to TMU. Great util usage from the side of TMU to keep that hold, keep that bomb from being defused. TMU showing that they may be the contenders. They may be the team to beat in this 2024 Purple Rain series.
I mean, you can tell just through the executes and the defensive plays that they had on like the bath pinch that I was talking about earlier.
Yes.
And then all these XX, we didn't get to see too much just because it was a short attack side for TMU. But I mean, they had a lot of great ideas, and they looked very practiced.
They really liked that heavy TP into the B side. Now, going into game 2, Lotus, we'll see what both teams have to offer for this new 3-site map rather than 2. But before we get to that, we're going to take a short little break, and we'll be back to you with more games in just a minute.
All right, welcome back. We just witnessed a dominant performance from TMU on Bind, going in 13-5 over Charleton
It was
University.
a tough game.
Yeah,
tough
and
game for
now
Carleton.
gonna go into map 2 here in a bit.
I was
we
wrong.
are going. Yeah,
I did announce it
this
wrong. I
guy's wrong.
apologize.
It's
Lotus.
Sunset.
Lotus was last
Sunset.
night. Lotus was game 3 last night.
Yeah,
It
he
would've been.
just wants to see some Lotus gameplay.
I do like a
obviously.
good Lotus.
I mean, yeah, Lotus. Yeah,
That map has been changed recently as well.
yeah,
So-
it has a lot of nice changes coming in the past couple of weeks. So, you know.
So, as we get into map 2 here, obviously we've got the Sunset map. We're going to be looking at the matchup again. Obviously, we've got Carleton versus TMU if you were just tuning in for match 2 of this game. Carleton, actually the defending champions of the 2023 Purple Rain Series, but TMU finding a way to get the win on to Carleton in this map 1. If you're just tuning in with us, Carleton, their initiator and captain is Hans, with their controller Helen, duelist Plink, another initiator in Tranquil, and their sentinel in Levici.
Yeah, and I mean, for Charlton, kind of little stale overall against
Yeah.
the TMU plays that we were seeing on Bind. A little unfortunate for them on that map. You know, it looked honestly like TMU, even if they did something wrong, which honestly they didn't really
They didn't
do that
do
much
a whole lot wrong.
They could just shoot their way out of it, and I mean, just the clutch plays, just in general.
Toad
C-Toad,
looking
yeah.
absolutely dominant in that performance, alongside the util usage of Ellie, getting
Yeah.
those, I believe, ended the game with 13 assists. I mean, that was just an absolute dominant performance from both
Yeah.
players, from the entire team as a whole. I mean, like you had mentioned the entire time, their util usage, whether it was for holding bomb or whatever it was for, was looking absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to what they have in store on Sunset as well. You know, we saw the Vine compositions getting a little funky,
Yep.
a little different than what's normal, which I love different. We're here
Yeah.
for it.
You hate mirror comps.
I hate
you hate
well, I
mirror
hate
meta
mirror
comps.
comps. I hate meta comps.
Yep.
Not saying that people shouldn't play them because they're meta comps for a reason,
Yep.
but I just like to see a little bit of variety
Yep.
in my life.
Now, we are going into the map where variety is seen every single
That's
time.
true.
Sunset has not found a true comp yet, and being the newest map based around the city of Los Angeles, if any of you might feel a little close to home watching this match, I mentioned this last night on this match. If you are watching this game, look out for a storefront. Maybe you've been there before. But yeah, Sunset being the newest map, being a two-sided map with an emphasis on the mid control.
Yeah.
A very large open area with a lot of wanted control of that area. A lot of big pushes can be made onto both sites from that mid control.
Yeah, and I think one of the nice things about the map in general is that mid can be played in so many different ways. You can just take the space fast on defense if you want to. You can put the smoke down at the bottom where that little entrance is for the attackers,
Yes.
and then you can take that tile space
Yep.
on that, which is that little hallway on the left side when you're coming in down
From defense.
from
yes.
defense. And then also you can just play to re-clear it. You can give it up. You can let the attackers come in and then just have a trap play, kind of like the idea with an Omen blind, blinding through tiles, and then having maybe a Raze or a Jet dash up, satchel up, and just try and get those kills, those free kills that are blinded. Just overall, you can do so much with so many different agents, and I'm pretty looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I mean, even on that attacker side, like you mentioned, you've got the defensive tricks, and attack has even a same bag of tricks in their hand. You can smoke off top on that defense, push heavy into market.
Yep.
You can smoke off market and top, and you can actually swing to that A side or the B side, depending on which side you want to smoke it off. So a lot of little nooks and crannies on this map. I know this map has a lot of corners, a lot of kind of weird angles
Yeah, they definitely
in this
do.
map where shotguns could potentially be seen heavy on this map. And B-side actually being kind of a little curiosity, having a pillar smack dab in the middle of the site,
Yeah.
actually cutting the site off in half, almost like the pyramids on Breeze.
Mm-hmm.
But look, getting into this, we're seeing Toad
Oh, yeah.
switch from the Sova to the Breach. Sammy,
Alright.
I believe, was playing.
Yeah, Sammy was the
Sammy
breach
was
last
the Breach
game,
last game, so
and C-Toad was the Sova, Sugar was the Raze, obviously, and then now it's Aloe Vera looking to lock in that fade instead of the Cypher this time around. And I kind kind of expected the breach. You know, if you're going to play breach on a map like Bind, you probably are going to be playing breach on a map like Sunset, where the lines are just infinitely better for the concuss. Now, like I was saying, it is good on Bind, but I mean even more so on Sunset. These lines cannot get more obvious
Yes.
for the concusses, at least.
Yeah, a lot of thin, long angles on this map. You'll see as we come into this, if you look at the map, that A side just initially actually has just a straight path to site.
Yeah, and I mean, this has got to be a first for me. I don't know if I've seen any Sova on this map at all. Like, honestly, at all. I can't remember the last time I've seen a Sova on this map. Like, even while playing Raked.
Yeah, and obviously we talked about a lot of corners on this map.
Yeah.
Sova actually not being a great, it obviously can be a great clear.
Right.
But with so many boxes, if you dart, there's a lot of corners to hide behind.
Yeah.
And that could be the detriment to having this Sova, rather than say the Fade, who you can put your dart up high
Right.
and not allow those other players to hide.
Yeah, and I think another thing that kind of tailors to Fade on this map more so than Sova is just the idea that Fade is going to be a faster character in general. The dogs, you're going to be able to clear more space faster, just in general. While when you play the Sova, you have that drone. It takes so long for it to go through. And yeah, it actually looks like it's going to be a fast Carleton push, very fast through the B main. And there comes that dart, maybe even that drone that comes through. The smokes, the nade to try and deny the space for Carleton. As the bomb does go through, and it's just a 5v5 retake. All 5 players of TMU looking to try and come onto this site. And now the take is going to come in. The eye to come in, the gauge as well. The first
Blink
blood
getting
not yet
blinded
found.
and going to get taken out.
Zito.
Helen getting the trade onto Sammy. Tranquil getting a kill onto Aloe. Ellie is on the bomb right now. Levici getting kills. Helen getting kills. The round is over.
Yeah, and
just
there's
like that.
Carleton. I mean, they definitely do not like how that last map went. Want to make a statement coming into this one. And that's just a dominant pistol. Gonna only lose one player, I believe. Yeah, one player down. And that's
Yes.
gonna be it. And it looks like they're posed to do the same exact thing. This fast B main aggression. And it might just have no pushback at all, as a lot of these TMU players are looking like they're gonna just rush mid, maybe try and take some space, go fast, and see if they can catch any players off. In this case, it'd be the Cypher.
We're going to see a fast TMU push into this midsection. Clearing tiles, making sure nobody's there.
Yeah, and I
But
think
Carleton having a read is going to get a free B site with 2 players sitting in this market side and 3 of the TMU players on the flank.
oh, and this gets a little awkward now. I do like this push in from Carleton onto CT. You know, you lose all that space in B main, and now you're just gonna have to regain it somewhere. In CT they go.
Oh, Helen getting a
wow.
great headshot onto C-Toad. That takes down 1. Tranquil getting 1, 2. Levici getting 1. And Helen getting her 2nd. And that round's over. And now
Yeah.
Carleton is up 2-0 going into round 3 of Sunset.
Yeah, it's definitely a gun diff moment if I've ever seen it. But I also just, like I was saying during the round, you know you have the triple flank. Maybe they didn't know it was a triple flank at the time, but just knowing that the flank is going to come in and needing to be proactive and getting that space. You saw the push into CT spawn, and it just turned out really good for Carleton. They come out with all of the kills, no deaths. All those Spectres and Bulldogs brought into that last round come in again. And now it's just going to be a little bit of a slower pace. The default route, actually maybe a little bit more noise being made on B site. Flash through the smoke. A lot of smokes, just trying to get these TMU players to leave the A site, yelling and screaming, hey, we're on B, hey, we're on B. Oh no. Wow, no wallbang, no smoke kills to come in. And they just left the jet onto site, completely giving it up. But in doing
But does
so,
not realize.
they just gave up the A site. And
Actually gonna get the
Plink.
kill! C-Toad gonna get the trade. That is a great kill from Plink there, actually. Having the lesser
monstrous.
gun, but the higher rate of fire.
Yeah, I mean, that's just perfect for Carleton, exactly what they wanted. Plink gets the kill. I mean, that's all you're going to ask for. They take the entire site, they get TMU to come completely off of A, and now it's just 10 seconds of time wasted for Carleton, or sorry, for TMU on this retake. There's the trap wire. Not going to quite find a kill, but the
Cito-
tags are coming
He
in.
detected Ellie swinging with her teammate. Gonna get one. Ellie gonna get two. Sugar
Oh,
gonna
wow.
get three. The third. Tranquil with a trade, but Ellie there to get her three-piece onto Tranquil, and TMU takes their first round.
Wow, and that's just a fast retake to try and defend against. You know, you saw the Carleton Omen. I forget who is playing the Omen. That's going to be Helen. Was on site. Had to look at both the A main area and the CT run out on her own. Not going to be able to find any kills. And Ellie going to come away with 3 big kills on that round. It does look like it is going to be a lighter buy for TMU, though, even though they do come away with that round. You see the Guardian and a light shield for Ellie. As Sammy has that Guardian, Ellie with the light shield as well.
Yeah, Carleton looking here to just kind of solidify their lead in this round where they now have the full buys.
Yeah, and it's just going to be another fast push through this B main area.
Gonna see Tranquil kind of droning out. Plink looking for the trip this time. The trip actually does go down from the Sova dart. Plink looking for a dash in, is in that back site. Carleton has the full control of site now, and now all they have to do is hold out.
Yeah, and I think Carleton has an idea that TMU just is a little passive on this B site, you know, letting Plink get all the way
Plink
in.
not
last
quite
round.
able to get the kill onto Sugar. But Sugar now at about 90 HP. Cito getting caught out by the ult.
Overkill.
Lavici getting the wallbang onto Ellie, protecting Tranquil. Tranquil gets the second kill. Cito able to get one onto Lavici. Helen getting the trade onto Cito. There's a 3v1 for Carleton. And Aloe
Alvera.
swings, gets the kill onto Helen. Avoids the dart, but does not avoid the stun,
Yeah,
and is
that's
going
the
to
round.
opt in for the save.
Pretty well done by Carleton overall. That Sova ult though from Tranquil, just absolutely massive. Picks up the first kill and then finds a second on that last bolt. Definitely making me eat my words on the little bit of bash for the Sova, but Tranquil's got it. She knows what she's doing. Coming in with those kills, and looks like TMU might even think about a force here. Singers, maybe even the Phantom coming in for Alvera. Maybe, yeah, it's just gonna be the hero rifle for Alvera.
A super light buy for TMU here as they kind of get run down in the round 4. Carleton now looking for their 4th round. A drone coming out. They did in fact get the Cypher trip on this B main. That is going to be Plink dashing in. Plink looking for this backside kill again. Is not going to be able to get the kill. Ellie gets one. Cito gets one with the aftershock. Lavici getting the trade onto Ellie. Sugar getting the trade onto Lavici. Hans getting the kill onto Cito. It is now a 3v2 to the side of TMU.
Oh wow, and how disastrous this round has turned out for Carleton. A 2v3 now. Maybe gonna be able to take the start out eventually, but
Plink getting tagged more than a kid playing on the school playground.
Here.
And not even choosing to get rid of it. Trying to maybe bait for Hans. I'm not entirely sure what the thought process is behind letting the dart stay. Both players watching the same angle. Sammy actually going to get the kill onto Plink, and now it is all left up to Hans in a 1v3.
Two players
very
weak
low. Actually going to get one, going to get two.
Oh,
Cannot
wow.
quite get the spray reset to kill Sammy for that third and for that clutch. It'll be round 2 to TMU.
Yeah, and I think Carleton is kind of picking up on this passivity on B. You know, I mean, the past 4 rounds before this last round, including this round actually. So every round, they've basically taken the B site for free, just using that Sova dart to go ahead and break this Cypher trip that is so commonly used. It's such a tough trip to break, because you can't really see it with your gun. You have to fully expose yourself.
The thing is,
to
I'm
try
not
and break
entirely
it.
sure if they patched it, but you can actually shoot it through a grate in mid.
Oh my gosh! I'm sure, of course.
On the
you
mid
can.
side of B main, there is a grate that if you shoot the right spot, it'll break that wall right there. It's so thin.
Yeah, that makes sense.
TMU Aloe getting caught out, gonna get absolutely chrome domed
Yeah, that's a full
by the
blind
Plink,
moment.
and that is a free gun to Tranquil as they now take full control of this A site.
More of a force buy on here. You see the Sheriff, the light. Maybe even not a forced buy, just a lighter buy, making sure they
Hans
can buy
did
next round. But
yeah.
man, it really feels like it's going to be a bigger round. But the breach ult's committed as well.
Breach ult actually getting more players than they would hope for. Ellie getting one, Sugar getting one, Levici getting the nice headshot onto Sammy. But I do not think that it will be enough.
Oh, the
Helen getting a
stinger.
great stinger spray through the smoke.
Last player
And
standing.
and Sugar getting 2, Tranquil getting 1.
Oh,
8
the
HP in a dream for Tranquil avoiding. Has to avoid that nade. Sugar gonna get it to half.
Oh, wow.
Not quite getting the flick that she needs, and that is 4 to Sugar in round 6 of this Sunset match.
I mean, it was a life buy, but you have to count it. I mean, I say count it as a win. You don't win the round, but man, you get the breach ult out, you get the raise ult out, making them have to use so much of this important utility on really a gimme round. If you think it's not necessarily a gimme round, but it's kind of a gimme round when you have the weaker
it should be a gimme
It
round,
should be
right?
a gimme round.
Now, with those kills coming through, we've got Hans 1 point away from her ult, Plink 1 point away from her ult, 2 ults already to the side of Carleton, 2 ults to the side of TMU, and really nothing else on the TMU side in terms of maybe a couple orbs could get them there.
Yeah, and now like TMU looks like they're trying to end this passivity over
Carleton,
towards B, but
Hans looking for this, definitely gonna want the ult onto this B site.
oh, and C-Toad has the judge in the corner. I was trying to figure out what was happening.
And there's those
Over
corners
there.
we were talking about,
Yeah.
right? It is. I mean, it's a commonly held corner. It will more than likely be checked, but sometimes a judge just hits harder
That's true.
when is sitting in a corner.
Billy moment.
Carlson is going to opt in to back up a little bit, maybe take some space mid.
Oh yeah, and it's just.
And
a fast
Ellie
circle.
hears the footsteps coming through. A Prowler confirms that they are rotating towards this A side, and TMU doesn't have anything to contest it.
Yeah, Charlton's just gonna basically walk onto this site, but the big flank coming out of TMU, the Fade and the Omen, is gonna come in here in a second. The tripwire not yet broken, but two of these players, Cypher and Plink, Lovici and Plink, ready to take on the aggression from the flank here in a second. And
Ellie getting one. There's 2 players blind on that ramp side. Plink getting one. Allo getting the trade. Hans getting that trade. It is now a 2v3. Hans trying not to die. Gets the blind. Actually going to get sprayed through the wall. Gets one. Gets traded. Is a 2v1. Sammy knows where both players are. We've seen her doing great things so far this game. Knows there's one box. She knows where the last one is. 8 bullets in the magazine. Full health. Is not able to get that final kill. That is round 4 to Carleton.
Yeah, and Helen's just been coming in clutch in a lot of these rounds. It's been 8 kills for her throughout the map. Looking to build on this lead, this 4-3, as the TMU Eco should be coming in. Sammy maybe not quite on the same page as the rest of her team, but
Will she get called out for it is always the question.
that is true.
A lot of times they
Yeah,
don't
there
really
it is. Yeah,
Bye-bye Phantom, bye-bye Heavy Shield.
yeah.
We're back on the same econ.
Yeah, I wouldn't even mind the heavy shield. Just
Now we
because of the
saw this
2800
go
left
we
over.
saw this almost go wrong to the way of TMU last time when Carleton had the Sheriffs. Carleton hoping the same thing does not happen to them. A fast push on from Plink. 2 players getting tagged in that back site. That is a
Nice
great
blind.
blind end, and Tranquil swinging onto that right side, able to get the kill onto Sugar before Sugar gets the kill onto Plink. And now it is a 5v3 to retake for TMU. TMU now with crazy intel. Hans avoids the stun, getting one, Helen getting the second. Now all they need to do is look for this last player, and Helen is going to finish it off with a flawless in round 8.
I do have to say, I do like the Sova shock darts. I was mentioning them earlier, and I mean, I'm just going to say it again. It's been pretty crucial for the way that Charlton has wanted to play. They want to take this B site really fast, and the way that you do it is by taking that shock dart, breaking the trip so your jet can dash out on the site free and clear without any trouble whatsoever. And I mean, I kind of want to see the adjuster from TMU. That's about, I believe, the 5th time that they've used the shock dart to break that tripwire. And I mean, if your tripwire is just going to get broken by the utility just about every time,
Is
that's
there really
probably
any
a
point
sign
in
you need to
placing
change
yeah.
it.
And I mean, we talked about Sova not being a crazy useful agent on this map, but it turns out they weren't running Sova for the recon. They were running Sova for that shock dart.
Purely for it, yeah.
Annoying the crap out of, I believe it is Sammy on the
Yeah.
Cypher on this defensive side. not getting any useful util out of that trip onto the B main side, and Carleton taking full advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that makes the Cypher so strong on this map is basically that trip.
That single
literally
trip.
that trip wire.
Single trip is the only reason why Cypher is
Yeah,
playing
ever
this
since
map.
they changed how the Raze packs interact
Yeah.
and actually do damage, you have to wait a certain amount of time for them to
1.5
charge up.
seconds.
Yeah, 1 point, which is a
Surprising
long
amount of
time
time
in a game like this.
in this game like this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
For milliseconds make the difference.
And it makes it a lot worse because you can't really. I mean, you can run the fade and you
Mhm.
can run like the boom bot in.
Right.
But with Cypher getting changed where those trips don't break anymore after doing the damage, it's really hard to counter this trip. But Carleton obviously finding a way in that Sova shock dart. They're going to opt in for a little bit of a default here to start, looking for a pick, looking to get some intel.
Yeah, and that change did come in. The top mid tripwire placed by Sammy actually got destroyed this time around. But, oh wow.
Oh, Plink actually getting a kill onto Ellie early as she tries to push out into this A main.
Yeah,
Now
and
Carleton
Aloe
looking to
I
take
know
advantage
exactly.
of that kill, looking to take advantage of the space that they just gained, knowing that there are 3 enemies towards this mid side and 1 in the back site.
some great space taking from Plink as well. Using that Cypher ult to the fullest.
Now it's going to be bomb down.
4v5 retake. Breach ult in the hands of Carleton as well. So if this retake gets a little hairy, maybe in the fatal committed, you could see that breach ult used. And Levici-
Cito going to push out onto a blinded Plink and get the kill. Levici going to trade, however. Sammy going to get one onto Helen. The fade ult grabbing one. Sammy getting that kill. Does not find the second. Sugar avoids the ult, but neither player are swinging that side. Sammy getting taken out by Tranquil.
Now it just comes
The
down
bomb
to
has not been halved yet. Sugar avoiding the stun, not getting the kill. And now it is a 2v1. Hans able to get that final kill onto Aloe. And that will be round 6 to Carleton.
some great double swinging out of Hans and Tranquil on that last round. They're just gonna take the angles slow. They're gonna fight each player together and make sure that they can get a trade if one falls. In that case, neither of them fall. Both the kills are found, 1 for each. And now you have that Silva ult up yet again, which I mean, ever since the change where they made it 9 ult orbs, makes it even better that you can get it twice.
Yep. Honestly,
harder, I should
Sugar almost having a really great play there in avoiding that breach ult.
Yeah.
However, neither player opting in to go to that main side and she catches her out. That is a great TP in from Helen.
Oh,
Does not get the
wow.
kill though. That is that stinger, in fact, missing on this coin flip.
Not hitting, simply missing. It happens.
And now, as the TMU are stacked onto this B site, it is going to be a free A for Carleton.
Yeah, and I mean that TP from Helen is just super fast-paced, and you know you have to be like thinking in your head, or I mean you can't even really think about a play like that. You just have to instinctually know, okay, I'm in trouble. I gotta get out of here fast.
I'm
This
stunned
TP
in there
just
on
comes
live
in.
buy. If they get to me, it's not great.
Yeah,
Now we know that TMU has almost no good guns for this retake scenario.
yeah.
However, Carleton wanting to play close for some reason gets 1, gets 2.
Oh.
Hans almost getting a 3rd, but Tranquil actually going to trade her out. Could have been an insane spray transfer there from Hans on that Phantom.
Yeah,
Helen
Stinger hit.
knows where both of the last players are, is able to tap just a little bit better than those Sheriffs, and is going to finish off, and Carleton is going to win that round, losing just 1.
Yeah, Carleton's looked like they had a fire lit under them after that last map. You come in 7-3, got a little shaky in the middle. That 4 round spurt where TMU takes 3, but I mean that's 4 rounds in a row for Carleton, and it looks like they show no signs of stopping. Just having all the right reads, never really running into a really big stack from TMU.
They are looking to win this round right here. If they can win this round, it puts TMU onto a full save into the final round, and that could end it into a 9-3.
Yeah, absolutely, and I like this idea from Plink. The players from TMU have been getting a little out of line trying to take this space, and yeah, there's the flash and trying to break these tripwires.
Break the
Yeah.
trip. She's going to look for this kill and dash out. Saw the foot. She's going to want the swing. Not quite going to swing it. Doesn't
Wow.
get stunned, but does not get the kill either.
And
She
that-
knows that there is 3 players
Yep.
on this A side, and Carleton is going to opt in for this B push instead.
Yeah, and I mean, it's
The
just
trip going down like we've seen every single round up to this point, and now there's going to be a fast push onto site.
Yeah, and it's just the B site being given up. It would be one thing if you have a set plan on how you're going to retake this B site, but so far it looks like Charlton will never really give up this site, and just one
That
by
is
one
a
they
great
come out
blind
with
from
Citos.
Hans.
The running gun.
Not quite sure what the running gun was for,
Last player
but a lot of
V1.
kills coming through, a lot of trades coming through, and it ends in a 1v1 Plink with. Oh, and not quite able to get the headshot onto Aloe, and that is big from TMU. That,
Man.
however, the win may not be enough to get them all a full buy. is the big
That's
issue
true.
going into this. They wanted this particular round
before the switch.
in ops
Spend
in
everything. Hoarding money is useless.
in lieu of them having to light buy into
Yeah.
the last round of this half.
Yeah, and you see the Guardian, the Light Shield, even a Spectre being forced up for C-Toad. And I mean, you're not really going to be able to buy or save anything, really. I
Nope,
mean,
it
it's
is
the
the
last
last
round.
round.
Yeah, you're not going to save any money going to the next one. And
We are
man,
looking at a decent buy from TMU here for what they had money-wise at the end, and for the fact that they only had one player alive. Two Vandals, a Phantom, a Guardian, and a Spectre is really more than you could look for.
Yeah.
And again, every single time that trip has been knocked out, quite frankly, I would have put it. I would start putting it to avoid the Plink dash into
Yeah.
back pillar. But what do I know?
Oh, this
Vici
is big. Info
Has
for
an
the Vici.
amazing play.
They can avoid the eye, but does
not quite avoid it.
Yeah, now the breach is gonna come right back to A. Did start there and full rotated over. And yeah.
They are wanting this A site, however. They know that there's at least two here.
Oh
A
my
tough
gosh.
stun. A great dash up, but not quite enough with the stun coming through. And now with TMU in a full sprint to A, Carleton is going to do the reverse and sprint to B.
And there's the Omen TP. It's gonna get the bomb down
Helen
quite
going to
fast.
TP in early, get the bomb down, make that timer start ticking, and make TMU make some mistakes. Carleton with that Civil in hand, you see that Tranquil is playing back just a little bit farther than the rest of her team.
Now the smoke's just gonna be covering up the bomb. Now the spam's gonna
Going
come
to
through.
start
but
out
the
with
Nova
Bull, actually
finds
gets
the kill.
Aloe instead of
Might be
Ellie.
half, though.
Helen getting one onto Sammy. This is big for Carleton. This is exactly what they needed. TMU now down to one player, and with the classic, Helen is going to get her third kill to finalize this 8-4 half.
It's a good thing those spam
Switching
kills came in for for Charlton, because the Soba kill did kill the player that was defusing the bomb, but they actually halved the bomb before the kill came in.
It did.
So it could have gotten a little scary, but I mean the spams come through and bada bing, bada boom. You don't have to worry a single hair on your head. Or uh-oh.
On your beard.
On my beard.
Single hair on your face.
My
there you
fault.
go.
That's what I meant.
Now going into the second half, TMU down 4 rounds. Carleton looking at what can be considered a comfortable lead. TMU is wanting to bring this back with a more, I wouldn't even say attacker-sided, or like attacker-sided comp. I mean, both teams are more or less running the exact same comp.
Yeah, well, yeah, kind of.
TMU wants this early market push. Han's gonna stun. Sugar actually gonna be willing to get stunned by it.
Yeah, now it's just kind of how you deal with this trip bar. It does get destroyed, but now
Blind
it's
coming
just
in backside.
blind to
Levici
blind.
1 HP. TMU, Ellie getting one. Sugar getting one with her nade. Is now a 5v3 retake.
Now it's just a question of how Charlton's gonna plan to get out onto the site. Looks like a bit of a split. The Omen blind to come through. No kills,
Does
no
not
damage
quite
found.
blind where the players are. A smoke comes down
Tranquil
into the main area. Tranquil getting one, getting
Couple
traded, and
trades.
Plink getting one.
Now all these players are in the A main position. It could, or B main rather. All
And
these
as the
players
reloads
are
come in,
Last player standing.
Helen not going to be able to get anything out of it. And that will be the first round of the second half to TMU.
Yeah, and that's just the aggressive nature of this map. I feel like you can go really fast through this B main, through this A main portion of the map. And TMU's just trying to give Charlton a little taste of what they gave them. Just running it down, seeing if they can handle the aggression, and handle it they did.
And
Nice.
seeing TMU's version of getting rid of this trip, sending the dog in and having
Yeah.
somebody follow it in to break it. Also a viable option. The only thing is that it could be tough as if somebody swings as you push in.
Right. Yeah, now it's just going to be fast. I like the idea for Carleton to take that A main space. You see Plink and
Carleton
Ellen.
actually letting TMU have all of sight. They tried reading the A side and got it wrong. And now it'll be a spike down. Sugar getting just
damage.
barely hit by that Sova dart. Down to 80, down to
Nice.
about 95 HP. Ellie blinding into market. Cito getting one. Tranquil getting the trade with the Sheriff. Sugar getting one. Plink getting the trade. Ellie getting that trade. There's a 2v3 for Carleton with the lesser guns. This bomb will in fact get halved, and Ellie will get the final kill onto Tranquil to give them their bye, their second round.
it's good enough for Charlton. 2 kills. Doesn't completely break the eco, but it also doesn't make it horrible. But, oh, yeah. Yeah, well, you have the Sheriff, so you have a Ghost coming in for TMU. So, I guess you can call it a fist bump. Yes, let's go. You know, you have to deal
Yep.
with 2 less guns. Just to, well, I guess unless you headshot with the Sheriff, then
Yep.
GG, I guess. I don't know. What
I don't
to
know.
say.
I called the Ghost kind of a mediocre gun for Econ, and then one of the players ended up getting 2 kills with it in that next round, in the eco round. And I was like, all right, I don't know anything
Hey,
about
also,
this
I'll
game
tell you
anymore.
what, the Ghost hits different on eco rounds. Specifically eco rounds. Like, not second round or first round, but like,
Specifically when you're down.
yes, also that.
Nobody's ever expecting it.
Oh, double tripwire. Tranquil's gonna find
Tranquil
that kill.
swinging out.
And I mean, everybody's
And-
caught by this tripwire.
And Levici showing that she's got a couple little lineups that that Sammy may not have had the one-way coming through.
Yeah.
Actually, we never saw that from Sammy in the first half. Pushed up into this. A great kill from Sammy. Going to try and get that Vandal. Not able to, though, as Helen is covering that gun. Both TMU players under 50 HP. All of Carleton at full health. This could be tough for TMU to bring out. Obviously, they were on a save round, or a bonus on this round, so not looking for anything great. Maybe looking for 1 or 2 more kills in this round.
30
Hans is
seconds.
here. Gonna get the one.
Remaining.
Aloe gonna get the trade, and Helen going to be there to finish off the round.
Yeah, and that's a Cypher diff for sure. I mean, you'd have the double tripwire setup specifically ready for when they do break the first tripwire with the dog for that 1.5 that it allows it to go down.
Yep.
And then you have the raise, you have the tripwire to catch the raise when she double satchels. So it's just a win-win. Just in general for.
And then you have a
Levici.
one-way for when everybody else tries to follow
Exactly.
in for the kills, and Tranquil just gets 3.
I mean, there was literally like 4 players caught in those tripwires that round. That was absurd. But hey,
And now Carleton actually has an insane read on this,
oh boy.
expecting the TMU players to send it to this A side. 3 of Carleton's players are here. Do any of them turn around?
Oh, but
Hans getting 1. Helen gonna get 1, and Plink also gonna get 1. And now it just turned from a 5v5 or 3v5 into a 5v2.
Yeah, and I mean, that's just all 3 players on the A site picking up their kills, finding what they need to do, doing their job in general, and now just gonna have to hold this smoke. Plink and Hans are pretty weak, so opportunities for
No
some kills.
blinds here. Helen getting
Helen.
1 and Helen getting the second. They didn't even think to check back sight, and Helen said, I'm here. I'm sitting right behind you, and as an Omen should.
Yeah,
The classic Omen.
Right here.
Behind you. It is now round 17 in match 2 of game 2.
Eco as well for TMU. Gonna be difficult to
And
pull themselves out of this.
They are,
hole.
yeah, they're definitely looking to pull themselves out. Even if Carleton were to lose this round, they've got the econ to bring it back for the next round. TMU needs this. Excuse me.
A little micro thing, but I'm pretty sure they can jump over that tripwire. So
We've seen a few of those, unfortunately.
I have there. Oh,
the
no.
the standing hookah tripwire that was crouched under
Ah.
on bind. It was tough to watch. It was tough to watch.
That
but-
is
Plink actually going to get the swing off. Going to get
Wow,
absolutely
classic.
domed by Sugar. Helen
Classic
here
moment.
not going to contest. They're going to let him have sight, let him have that Vandal.
I actually thought that dog was on Carleton's side and then realized
I thought it was too.
no, but yeah. I was like, why is he chasing her? What? Oh, getting really aggressive too. Nade used
All
four
five players getting
five
swung
players,
out.
Yeah.
Now Carleton is going to swing through into sight. Hans getting one,
Wow.
Levici getting one, Sugar getting a trade. Hans getting one more.
One enemy remaining.
Helen getting one, getting
And
traded
one
out.
getting one.
Alo getting another. Can she survive this last player?
Oh!
Is actually going to get the amazing headshot. Not quite sure why Tranquil decided to take that fight rather than at least having the bomb and forcing Alo to push in. But Alo, with the better aim in that scenario, brings TMU back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, that clutch is just so important, definitely for morale, definitely for eco. And I mean, even if they lose this round, I don't know if they'll be able to buy again next round, but it makes,
Carleton
you feel
has
like
a
it.
couple players that could buy next, but the rest of the team is not able to.
Yeah,
TMU, only
Definitely a
Alo
tipping
could
round.
buy, I'm pretty sure.
yeah. This round, I'm pretty sure whoever loses this round is going to be on an eco, and will basically take over the momentum for
Yeah,
the
that
next
could, that
round,
could put it
too.
at a 9-10, or it could put it at a 12-7.
Yeah.
This could be the decider of this match. Plink getting the early kill onto Sammy. Unfortunate. They have seen that happening a lot. Levici trying to back out of there as fast as possible. Tranquil getting the kill as they push in.
Wow, Ellie gets that kill
Ellie
too.
getting the trade onto Tranquil. And it is a 3v4. Carleton with the breach ult for this retake if they choose. You can see that Hans is kind of pushing down this market side, trying to get as much of B into her vision as possible. The bomb has not been planted yet.
Last player
Plink actually getting two with the stun, gets the 4K, and this could be it. Eli,
Huh.
this could be it. You mentioned it.
We gotta pick. We move in.
They're looking really good on
TMU is
this
on a
sunset.
brutal save right now.
Yeah.
We're seeing Sheriffs, we're seeing Light Shield.
Oliveira might come in with that hero rifle though after that clutch. 6,000 in the bank. Maybe gonna see a little bit. No, but it's gonna be Sheriffs for everyone.
Gunland Kodo is a stinger
well.
instead.
Stinger, yeah.
And I mean, this should be round 12 for Carleton. This should put them on match point.
This is
But we saw what an econ can do in the hands of TMU just
Yeah.
a couple rounds ago.
This is a
So we are looking at an interesting round here in round 19.
definitely a good luck TMU type of round, huh? You got some really bad guns up against Phantoms, a really good Cypher setup that's proven that it can break your attack pretty easily, and that's where they're deciding to go from the looks of things. 5 players towards the B side, and Charleston actually pushed all the way up through A. The double
A
satchel.
great
Hans
stun comes
finds
in.
Ellie too.
A great stun comes in, but Sugar is not able to compromise
Oh,
off it, but
the
gets the Sheriff collateral onto the 2 players in market. 3 Carleton players pushing into this market side, gets blinded, but is able to contest with the nade. This bomb is going to go down in a 3v4 retake. Hans still with that breach ult in hand. 3 players on the site could get affected by it. Alo sitting in B main.
Yeah, and
there
there it
that
is,
ult comes out, but
actually
Sammy
missed
not
close.
getting grabbed by it.
Oh,
Is not able to get the kill.
One player on site.
Sugar
Joins.
mid after getting a collateral is whipping everything.
Oh, but
Sea
the
Toad is in
crazy
market though.
shit.
Hans is 1 HP in a clutch scenario.
The ace, if she wins
And
it,
Alo
but
is able to get
no.
one. A big collateral to start that round out from Sugar, and a great flank from Toad getting the last 2 before Alo just has to tickle Hans to kill her.
Oh, that's it's such a roller coaster of a round. It's like, oh my gosh, TMU's gonna win. Oh my gosh, Charlton. Oh my gosh, TMU. Charlton. Oh my gosh, TMU.
And TMU Sea Toad with the 13 assists. The blinds have been coming through. The stuns have been coming through. And the kills have been coming through. And TMU showing that they're still in this. They're back on a bye. Carleton down 1 gun, I believe.
Here's some more aggression from Charlton. They've been doing this a lot. Actually gonna back up. Oh man, all these rotates heard from Sammy. And the rotate might get called here.
Plink actually going back in to make sure that nobody was contesting off of it.
Oh no, I don't think Sugar actually heard the tripwire get broken. Commits basically all
Her
of her
entire
util.
util
Yeah.
now has to get 2 kills before she can use anything else besides her gun.
Yeah.
Plink with a great angle here, aiming just a little too high for that initial headshot. One knife left is gonna get stunned. Helen is gonna get out, also stunned, and this TMU team is going to push in hard into this elbow side.
Yeah, and these 3 players from
A
Charleton
blind coming out,
have a tough time.
going to have Helen getting out before Ellie gets into the smoke. Hans getting 1, Aloe getting a kill onto Helen, Sugar getting 1 more onto Plink, Hans getting a second. A ult coming in onto the default plant site. Hans getting her 3rd, but getting traded out by the Sugar. Now is a 2v2 with an ult to Carleton.
Not very much util to be had for the rest of the round. Actually, the raise rocket found from that plant.
Carleton
And the
wants
ult
the
comes
spike.
through.
They know both players are now in this CT site. They can take A for free.
That was going to be so tough.
Spike not planted in a great spot for the opposing TMU team. Sugar gonna hold the rocket, gonna get taken out, actually gonna get traded, and Lavici with the better aim in this 1v1 scenario is able to put Carleton onto match point.
Man, that is a W teammate move coming out of Charleton Sova. I forget who it is. Oh my
Tranquil.
goodness. Tranquil, yes. Tranquil.
Great kill.
Just finds the kill, knows that when you find yourself against a raise rocket like that, all you gotta do is
get
have,
the kill.
you just gotta stay calm, stay tranquil, and just get the kill. Yeah, you like that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
like
like
that.
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
just overall finding the round is gonna be Lavici who finds that last kill overall.
TMU is looking to stun momentum right now. This timeout is purely how can we stop Carleton from winning this. They've got to get an amazing push here. They've been doing better on B than they have on A.
Yeah.
They've had the better holds on B. They're able to push into that boba down into market and get those flanks. I'm definitely looking for a TMU B-side push here. Maybe a couple players through mid and a main push. They're struggling with that Cypher trip on this main area. We heard it get broken, but unfortunately all util was used just to break that one tripwire. Lavici has a great hold on this B site. I mean, that's through and through. Lavici has a great hold on this B site. I believe it is Helen there to assist in that market side, making sure nobody's coming through mid. But yeah, TMU looking for a heavy push here. They are going to they are looking towards this B side.
Yeah, and I kind of like this change up. It looks like Plink and Hans, they've been super aggressive towards this A main area of the map. But now they're changing gears, trying to get a little more aggressive towards B, maybe even towards mid from what it looks like.
Plink wants an early swing out of market. Actually just going to close door, forcing TMU to go only one direction into this B site.
Unless TMU decides to break that door eventually, the Sova drone is going to find them out, find no reason. Yeah, the door is actually already broken. And there's the stun going to come through. Both smokes used.
Avoiding the stun. Plink getting taken out early. There are still 2 players to Carleton's name on this B side, however. A stun comes out. Sammy gets 1. Helen getting 1. Lavici getting 1. Sugar getting a trade onto Lavici. Hans is still here. That is a full blind Sugar. Gonna get a kill on a C-Toad instead.
Down B.
Does she swing backwards? She does not, but does not get the kill. Barely getting that wallbang kill on the toes of Hans. They know this last player is in market. TMU needs this win as the bomb is down on this main side.
Now it's just Helen, the 1v2, trying to see if any players get a little adventurous, try and push her out of market.
Hearing the steps of one player, trying to muffle the sound of that spike being picked up. Spike is now down. Sees one player, sees the second player, gets that first kill, going to reload this Vandal, and is looking for the second. Cannot quite get this shot off on the head. TMU keeping themselves alive in this match point round.
And it looked really winnable for Helen as well. She got that 1v1 that she was looking for from CT onto that little cubby area on B site. Not able, though, to find the head of Oliveira, who's been clutching it up in these couple of rounds. Solid on the 7th round for TMU. Now seeing it on the 9th for them as well. Eco also to come in for Charlton.
Carleton having a couple of extra rounds that they can spare, opting in for the save here rather than forcing up. I believe that was 4 players getting caught out by the stun. I was trying to count the audio cues. I think all 4 players there actually getting caught out. Aloe getting 1, C-Toad getting 1,
Oh wow.
and Carleton getting a little adventurous here with Sheriffs against these teams. Hans finding a
frenzy
kill
sure.
down mid. The
Sure.
longest possible point on this map, getting a frenzy kill. You
That
see
makes
Plink and Tranquil are now pushing out into this B side. All 4 players of TMU are pushed towards A.
Did you know that the frenzy is actually a long range rifle? It's like the new outlaw gun. It's like
No, Outlaw is actually a shotgun and it should be only used in close corners.
Of
Yeah.
course, that's my fault. That's my
Frenzy
fault.
for long range, Outlaw for close
I mean
range.
that makes sense to me.
They
Makes
know
perfect sense to me.
both players are in this B main section. A stun's gonna come out. Both players are gonna.
Uh-oh.
Only one player's gonna get caught by it. Plink able to cover Tranquil with the
One
gun,
enemy
and
remaining.
both
Yeah,
players
there's
just gonna
Cheetah.
get absolutely dropped. Carleton now back on a bye. TMU,
The same old
with
thing.
only 1 player dying that round, has the economy to spare. Carleton needing this round. Otherwise, this game could go into overtime.
Yeah. The way that it's going, definitely looking like TMU can make that comeback, but Charlton does have the breach ult to maybe even counteract C-Toad's breach ult. Also, that Sova ult's coming up in about 3 ult orbs. Could make all the difference finding those ult orbs around the map, getting those kills, those interactions. See what happens. The drone maybe thought about going into mid. The shock dart not going to connect onto anything. The Omen ult is going to be used for a fast rotate over to B. Hans is going to find the first blood through a main.
Ellie actually missing the blind onto Hans and Plink Hans able to push out and get that early kill.
Yeah, and here comes that breach ult that I was talking about. Looking like they want to move it towards B main, and yeah, here it comes. Double satchel out. Is going to go and actually finds the kill.
That is a great double satchel into the jump, into the box side of this B site from Sugar. Spike is going to go down. Hans with the ult, but Aloe also with the ult. There's going to be a lot of players getting caught out by that ultimate ability from the breach.
Yeah.
They're looking for maybe a half here onto the bomb. Plink going to get 1. The bomb, I do not believe, was halved in that time.
Plink finds
One
Find
second,
2. Hans
and
finding 1 as well. They don't know where Ellie is. I
Yeah.
do not believe that he got spotted.
They got
Hans
stuck.
getting the last kill, and that will be game 2 to Carleton.
Defenders
Yeah,
win.
13-10, definitely trying to make it known that they're not going to get pushed around like
Yep.
they did on Bind and come away with the win in a pretty...
Yeah, we
not-
saw a win to TMU in a pretty brutal fashion
Yeah.
in map 1. And Carleton was like, "Wait a second. We're the defending champions. Why
Yeah.
are we losing 13-5 in the first map? Let's go win, right?"
Yeah.
They're looking, the coach is telling them, "You guys got this. You're the defending champions. Just go win." Right? And they're like, "Oh, duh.
Our fault.
What if we just
All good.
shoot their heads?"
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah.
Map 3, I believe we're going into Ascent.
Yes.
In an Ascent map, we might see Metacomp. We might not see Metacomp.
hope
We
not.
haven't up until this point.
I hope
but-
it's anything but that.
In the same fashion, before we get into this last match of the Carleton versus TMU matchup, we're going to send it to a quick break, and we'll be right back with more. Welcome back, everybody. We are getting ready to go into Game 3 of the Carleton versus, TMU matchup here. TMU winning Game 1 bind in a glorious fashion.
13-5.
Carleton bringing it back Game 2 on Sunset in a 13-10?
13-10. Yep.
Actually,
13-10.
did they get? Okay, they did get the 10.
13-10.
Okay.
Yep.
The 13-10 match. Game 3 is sent a very even map. No, not super defender sided, not super attacker sided. Nothing really special about it. It's just
We have doors that close.
just a good old map.
Doors that close.
So did Ascent. So did Sunset.
Yeah.
Nothing. Ascent isn't special. Everybody has doors that can close. Lotus
Yeah.
has doors that can rotate.
That's true.
That's cooler.
That is true.
But we are. I'm not quite sure how this is going to turn out. If
Yeah,
I'm being
I don't
100%
either.
honest. If I'm being 100% honest, Bind was TMU's map pick.
Yeah. Oh, okay. yes,
Sunset
yeah,
was
that makes
Carleton's
sense.
map pick. It seems like that's lining up pretty well. So it means Ascent actually gets chosen out of like a deciding two. So I believe that means that TMU got to choose Ascent
Right.
as their final map. So if we're continuing with the fashion of map picks going in the way that they have the pick, Carleton,
should be,
TMU is
yeah.
looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and I think the nice change for this map opposed to the other ones is Charlton's starting on defense this time.
They are
In
starting
the
on
last
defense.
two maps, they started on offense. We saw those both win. For Bind, it didn't really go too well. For Sunset, obviously, it went pretty well because they won the map.
Yeah,
Incredible.
of course.
So looking to see what they can bring out. Maybe if we can see a not the same meta comp that's always.
No, so we're actually going to see a Jet, KO,
uh-huh,
Sova, KJ, Omen.
Oh yeah, that's pretty different. That is pretty different.
That's
that seems
you
pretty
never
different to
see
me.
that. You
yeah,
never see
I've
that.
never seen that before. Yeah.
I mean, it's only like the only 5 agents I ever played on this map.
Nah. It's
Pre last night.
That's
Night.
true,
Because
pre
last
last
night
night,
was
that's
a
true.
hoot. But yeah, we're looking to get into Game 3 here. Carleton looking to defend their more or less unbroken lead. I don't even think they lost a game last year. So, and I believe they won last night in their first match. So they're looking to continue their undefeated streak in this Purple Rain series. TMU looking to show that they're the new dogs in the house. Other than that, not a whole lot of knowledge on Ascent. I know Carleton liked to play it last year.
Yeah.
But I have no idea if TMU is good on this map. I don't know if they enjoy it. Obviously they do because they picked it. But yeah, it's hard with talking about agent selection when
Right.
the game when the more or less has a meta comp and you can't really assume that.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, if they're gonna change it up, what are they gonna do? I got no clue. I have no clue because I've never seen anything other than these 5 players
Right.
played on this map.
Yeah, and I think one of the things I want to see, or what might determine how this map does go, is who can find the operator. Like just on
That's
either,
true.
not on either side, but on their
On the
defensive,
defensive
side.
side.
Yes, because we saw it a little bit on
saw
Bind.
we saw one-
Sugar, I believe.
One round with Sugar having the operator
Yeah.
before she ended up losing
And
it.
on maps like Bind and Sunset, yes, you can opt.
It's just tough.
For Bind, you kind of have to have like a chamber or jet to opt. You can't really have that raised op. You can. It's really not the most efficient way to use that operator.
Yeah.
But when you come onto a map like Ascent, where Jet is just the normal pick, and we just saw the Jet from Carleton. Sorry,
Carleton.
my mistake. I don't know why I keep Charleston.
There's no H, man.
know.
There's no H.
From Carleton. We just saw the Jet, so I'm looking
Yep.
to see if maybe they bring it out again and
Yep.
see, because the op can be so oppressive on a map like Ascent.
Oh god,
where
I'm seeing the
through
draft
mid-
and it. Oh no.
Oh no!
Wait, Yoru.
Wait! Oh man! I got
Wait.
so excited for a
Wait,
second.
Hans, save it. Hans, save it.
Look,
Don't go KO.
Surely
go Breach.
Hans
You love
is
Breach.
going Breach, right?
You've played Breach the last
yeah,
2
we saw
games.
Breach.
Play Breach.
We saw Breach, right? Uh oh.
It's okay. It's okay, Eli.
Hey, it's all
okay.
good. I don't like variety actually. Variety, I like the same thing over
It's
and
like
over
it's like an
again.
IKEA desk, you know. Every house
I
you
love IKEA desks.
yeah. See,
Me
so
for,
you.
I love IKEA desks.
But I would. Yeah. So the disdain in your voice is overwhelming.
I don't know what you're talking about. But all good. I mean, like, what are you gonna do? It's the meta. It's the best comp to be seen on this map. Other things have tried. Most of them have failed.
At least when played
So-
against this comp.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
That is true.
We're looking for pretty much like two things
Yeah.
here. Jet dash in to either Gen or to Switch.
Yep.
Sova Dart to either Heaven or to Tree.
Is also correct.
KJ setting up on B side because that lockdown is insane, and then an A side if they're feeling adventurous.
Hey, listen, Killjoy and A site
oh,
definitely
it's slept
underrated.
on. Oh, it's slept on for sure.
Like we even see like the EG setup that oh my goodness, I can't even think of his name right now. It's the IGL. Why can't Boostio? Jeez
Boostio.
Louise, bro.
I don't
Okay,
know names.
Boostio on EG had this sick setup where you have the alarm bot in between Dice and Gen, and you have both mollies, and you sit in hell, and you just you sit there and you make sure that you live as long as possible, and then your Omen player will throw a smoke right in front of your position, and it just works out perfectly. And then you just flood in with everybody else, and it's great. It's awesome, and I love it.
Well, we're in a 1-1 scenario. We're in a 1-1 match point scenario. They're looking each for their, I'm assuming, second wins of the tournament.
Yeah, the TMU looking to go towards mid, maybe a B split even. So you see 4 players towards that tiles area. Kind of standard for Carleton on defense. You're going to see the KJ and the sub over on B side, KO and Tree. Jet going to get a little bit aggressive in A main, and Helen there on A site to help the Jet if need be. But it's going to be a fast, aggressive run, and a nice lineup from the KO. Is going to blind anyone there this time.
Too
no
bad
one to
nobody's
get
there
blinded.
except for an alarm bot. Actually, the alarm bot's actually going to pop open.
Actually,
Lavici
tosses that
saving
molly,
her
but
nano swarm to throw rather than have it sitting.
interesting. Also got it down, so the hit delayed just a little bit. And that's all 5 players in this small little area, and now Tranquil and the Sova gonna have a lot to do. And
Oh my god, Lavici
Lavici.
and Tranquil both getting one, getting traded out, and that keeps it a 3v3.
that's big.
Hans
gonna
getting one
find a
onto
kill.
Ellie.
And here
A
comes the flash.
high flash with Aloe on 1 HP. They know where the bomb is planted.
Oh,
They know
yeah.
she couldn't get out. Do they know where this last player is?
Gonna just stick the bomb, and there's the fight. Blink to pick up the last kill, and that's gonna be the pistol.
Helen, I'm gonna tell you something right now. You gotta trust your teammates, girl. You can't. The one thing you never do is when you
Get
have
off
a
the
teammate in front of
defuse.
you is you never get off the defuse because did you think your teammate was gonna lose that? Did she
you
think
never
Blink was gonna lose
surely, No,
Sure, surely
didn't
she
think
didn't.
that. She
that?
didn't
No,
think
so
that.
that's right. She was just egoing. She wanted the
Yeah,
kill. She wanted the
of
kill.
course, yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Me personally, I am a KD player. So if I don't get at least 20 kills, it's my teammate's fault. That's me personally.
Average ranked game, to be honest.
That is average
average
ranked game,
Reyna in
man.
ranked, if we're being completely honest.
What a surprise, that's my main. No, I'm kidding.
I just gave you like the 1,000-year stare, just the. All right, we're seeing a not potential fast push, but a push on this A side. All players avoiding that completely. This one-way smoke being so overwhelmingly common that it's annoying. Plink
Yeah, it's
knows
just-
that there are players here to back up.
Really difficult to get past it, really. Just 15 seconds of pure agony for the attack. Have to deal with so many different things that could happen. You could get mollied, you could get flashed while you run through. You could just get sprayed down as you run through the one-way, and you're just dead for it, so. Carleton, not Charlton.
You'll figure
Carleton.
it out. You'll figure it out by
Eventually, it's not like I
the.
started. by
You've
calling
got
them
7 weeks to
Carleton.
figure it out.
Yeah, true. And it's gonna be.
Semi
the
taking a
gun
little
dip.
bit of damage, getting blinded. Helen is going to swing, going to get one. Plink with the crossfire. They're
timing.
playing back and forth.
Right
Right,
click.
losing everything. Finally gets a kill. Helen
Oh
gets.
my
Helen,
goodness.
Helen gets a kill on Aloe. Tranquil gets a shock dart kill onto Ellie. And the
Oh my
final
goodness. Almost dropped all the spaghetti on the floor
Every
for that one.
single bullet missed until she double
You know what?
things.
Hey, you know,
That's
it's what
the
we like to
classic.
say around here.
It
It
hits or
either
it doesn't.
hits or it doesn't.
Oh
So
my
all good.
goodness.
All good. Kill does
My-
come through though. It would
It
have been
does come
funny.
through.
She just takes the knife out and it's just like, okay, sure. The ghost to be replaced for Hans. Hans.
Cover going out.
Hands. Yep. Oh, and the tiles push actually going to come
Oh,
through. Blink
great push
finds
from
that kill.
Blink.
And
Aloe
Aloe
getting the trade, but Tranquil getting that trade onto Aloe. That is They actually have Spike. They
Oh,
don't.
Helen.
Helen getting a great kill down Cat.
Yeah, now Helen, all she has to do is just run back to her teammates, make it a 3v2 holding that bomb, and make it a really difficult task for TMU to try and retrieve this bomb.
Sammy with a Vandal in hand, and I believe Ellie has also a Vandal. Just
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Spectres, and I think there's one Spectre and 2 Phantoms.
Yeah,
In the hands of Carleton.
So
Smoke
what
down.
they were able to get. Not many opportunity for TMU to try and get the easy bomb pickup. The blind does come through, and now the push is going to come in. The response from Helen, sorry.
Oh,
the
great
kill
kill
from
from
Sammy,
Sammy.
though.
Sugar getting one, Plink getting one. Who
Oh,
wins it? Sugar
wow.
wins it in the gun deficit.
And yeah, I mean, that's just,
They lost it.
yeah,
I mean, that's just, they lost it.
a bit of a gun diff. Maybe not all the players on Carleton on the same page there of where all the players were. They saw the Omen blind and they saw the Jet run through the smoke. Knew both players were there, not quite able to fight with each other, swing off of each other like they might have wanted to in that round. But it's okay. That's going to be not too bad. It's going to be light shields for TMU, 3 players there. And full buy up for Carleton is going to come through the TP across, try and deny some equity to that one way. And the smoke comes through, and A main secured for TMU.
Huh, I never realized that when you're suppressed, it makes your gun double.
That's it.
Yeah, it like creates an outline of your gun
Yeah.
and then moves it down a little bit.
I've never noticed
I never,
that.
yeah, I just noticed it because the F buddy, there was 2 Fs. I thought it was funny.
Double F.
FF.
I hate
Unlucky.
that we're on the same wavelength right now.
We're such gamers. TMU spreading out to a default here. There's no kills to either team. Han's gonna throw a molly trying to deter if there's anybody there.
Helen gets
Sugar
caught
getting
out
one
though.
onto Helen in heaven.
A little bit
Door
of a
being
misstep.
broken. Aloe leaving quick. They're taking this A side.
Gonna try and delay, but
TMU gonna get sight more or less for free. Can Tranquil realize that KJ is there? She cannot. It is too late. Aloe gets one. It is now a 3v5 to the side of TMU.
yeah, and it's gonna be pretty difficult for Carleton to get back in, but the lurk in mid gets found, and all these players from TMU are just bunched up in A main. The very late wraparound from the Sova is gonna come through here in a second, but maybe not before it gets halfway. The fights do come
Great
in.
kills
Levici
from
and Blink.
Levici and Plink. Sugar
Find
getting
one
one
to
from
Plink.
Tree.
Last player
Sugar getting a
standing.
second from main. Levici now in a 1v2 does not have time to take the bomb. Going to go for kills instead.
Can she find
Swinging
more?
out. Sugar
No.
getting her 4th and staying alive in the process.
I did just realize this too. Sugar, who was the race player on both of the previous maps, now coming in on smokes.
Yeah, no, I was
7-2.
literally just writing this down. Ellie's playing KO. Sugar is playing Omen, and Sammy, who has been their Sentinel player, is playing Jet.
Hey, fair enough, I guess.
And Aloe, who has been playing Initiator, is playing KJ. I guess it works. Whatever works for him.
Map pool diff, I guess. Or, sorry, agent pool
Agent diff.
diff. Now it probably looks like it's just going to be a fast hit for TMU. Carleton deciding the wrong spot to be very aggressive. In A main, you saw the blind dash. Not really getting any value out of that. And now the site has been lost for Carleton. The plant should come in here in a second. A little bit of a misstep,
You
but
should run.
Hold 4, guys.
Oh, wow.
Hold 4.
even the lockdown committed
Kind
to
of
this
preemptive. A little preemptive killjoy from TMU.
A little, I feel like it's a little overkill, no pun intended, because that's kind of what Killjoy is all about, overkill. But, you know, you're on this heavier buy against a light buy.
All 5 of these TMU players stuck inside. This could go in the wrong direction that they wanted.
That is true. The spams do come through.
Aloe getting
Oliveira.
1, Sammy getting 1, Sugar getting 1, Tranquil getting a trade onto Sugar, Ellie getting the kill onto Plink before Plinky gets the kill, Sammy getting the kill onto Tranquil, and they were able to hold it.
got a little hairy. I kind of question that KJ ultimate use. You know, I feel like there can be some better value to get it out of
for
in
sure.
rounds.
In that
that come
scenario,
out.
yeah, I was gonna say in that scenario, there's really no use in popping the Killjoy ult, and then also having every single player stay inside.
Yeah.
If you're gonna Killjoy ult, it pushes everybody out, right? You can clear that space, you can take that space and force them
Right.
into you. Whereas all 5 players sitting on site, you're susceptible to a double shock dart that kills 3 of you, right?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
At the end of the day, round 1, round is 1, all good.
Yeah.
Now the
TMU
op
up 3-2
from Plink
their
in B main
second map
could
pick.
find this kill. No,
Oh,
the
actually gonna
wallbang
wallbang
saves her.
for 142.
148.
Is it
I
48?
think it's, well, I mean, it's not a set thing in stone, but it looks like it's 2 health or no health. 2 health or 1 health. One of those 2. Yeah, the spam,
Another
the smoke
tickle.
does go down. Just breathe on the Killjoy and she's dead.
Who actually has the bomb pushing into tiles.
Oh,
Destroyed.
Plink getting a little more aggro, breaks the turret, and that's so much info gained for Carleton as well. They know none of these players are in B main. And oh wow, Tranquil just finds
finding the headshot.
bomb,
I don't know
too.
how the first shot missed, I guess, because
Yeah.
she was 1 HP. Tranquil now down to 27. Actually getting spotted out, trying to bait for Plink here in this corner.
Yeah,
Plink actually going to go back, check main, make sure Sammy going to get the kill onto Tranquil.
30 seconds left.
This is going to be a tree push to A to end it. You've got Levici sitting in this garden side. She's going to not quite get pushed. You've got
Here's the molly.
Han sitting heaven, going to back up. They're going to let them have the site. They're going to, oh, it is a great headshot go from Levici.
Find one more and you have the KJ ult there as well.
Sugar getting 1 in heaven.
Last player.
Tito gets
Tito
2.
getting 2, and now is all left up to Hans in a 1v3. Going to get taken down by Sammy. C-Toad sitting in cat.
Yeah, Tito's been really, I guess, quiet this map. I
consistent-
hadn't really
Quiet
really
this map,
realized
but just
it.
consistent.
Yeah.
Consistent throughout all 3 maps.
She has been, for sure. And I mean, it's kind of helped TMU to win. Obviously, the first map, she was phenomenal. In the second map, fell off a little bit, but like you said, just being
Nothing to scoff at.
consistent.
Nothing to scoff
Exactly,
at.
yeah. With the
up.
breach. Now, oh,
And now we're going
man.
to see why
That's
this
the
map
Odin
is
Odin
used,
moment.
and now we're going to see why Sova players love
Oh,
Ascent.
such a fast round.
They know both players are on this site.
tagged.
They're going to look for the spray. Sammy
Oh,
absolutely
Tranquil.
domed, and Tranquil not actually going to be able to get that gun yet. Instead, going to push up
Levici as
into a nice
well.
corner. Levici getting 1, getting taken down. Ellie avoiding that blind, but stuck on site without the bomb.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough for TMU to try and figure their way out of. Have to try and get Ellie.
They know that she's on site. She has
Oh,
to.
and the wall bang from Aloe Vera.
Aloe is 1 HP right now, sitting in this corner.
Here.
They know there's 2 players. Ellie slowly pushing up into the smoke. Gets caught with a knife out. Cannot find the
Oh my
kill
goodness.
though.
Last player.
Still can't find the
Ellie.
kill. Trickle getting taken out. Plink getting 1 with the classic. Plink getting 2
2.
with the classic. It is now down to a 1v1. Has her knives out. Bomb still has not been placed down. And
Oh!
a great headshot from Plink to get the 3K. And bringing this round back. And now with the Odin in hand, that will go into the hands of Tranquil.
Such a,
I'm assuming
oh my goodness.
it will go into the hands of Tranquil, and we will see the great Sova wall spray.
Wow, it's such a big round to do that in too. You know, it's your eco, gets your econ a glimmer of hope if you win this round. And I mean, that's just 2 classic kills and the instant headshot. 1 knife, all you need for that headshot. And
It's a great play from Plink too, with I believe Helen or Levici that look he kind of whiffed on Ellie.
oh boy.
They do not know that Hans is sitting in this wine corner right now. It is a very common place to check, but nobody has played it so far this map,
Here.
so they may not check it. Plink trying to bait out a player.
Plink trying to get. Oh, and
They
info
act-
found, but the quick TP out. Very smart. Out of Sugar.
Han's going to stay in this corner. Plink going to stay in that main. They're not going to let this TMU team have alley if they want it, but instead they're going to actually go for tree. And after, with a suppressed Helen sitting in the smoke in the garden stairs, TMU playing this very slow. 40 seconds left on the clock. They're looking for something to get them into this site. Ellie and gonna take a little bit of damage. Ellie actually gonna go down to 40 HP. A great spray coming in from Tranquil. Tranquil getting 2. Ellie on 1 HP. 71 bullets and Tranquil's reloading.
We gotta get all 100 bullets, you know what I mean?
41 HP to Ellie.
Oh,
the counter ult coming in. Levici getting the headshot. Han's actually gonna get no suppressions off of that knife as
C-Toad.
Oh, almost a
Aloe
tough collateral coming through there. Plink barely avoiding it and not quite getting the flick as C-Toad gets 4 in that round to win them their 5th.
And just as we were talking about her, C-Toad just shows up in the round again. That's 4 for her in that round. And pretty terrific fashion. 2v4 found the win in it. Oliveira also going to pick up a kill in it as well. But the 1v1 goes to C-Toad. And that's just how you're gonna want to win some of these rounds on attack for Ascent. It's a really defender-sided map in general, so the more scrappy rounds that you can get, maybe even possibly tilt the other team a little bit with these found clutch wins can make all the difference.
TMU having very little info. This A side just gonna take it anyways. They are full on 2 players on this tree door. No guns to their name, however, that are able to contest. Aloe getting 1. C-Toad spamming the door, trying to contest that. They know there's 1 player on this door that it is going to be broken. And now it is a 4v5 retake. Carleton with a KJ ult, TMU with a KJ ult. Plink gonna get 1 with the Stinger, gonna get traded out by Ellie in the CT main area. Levici swinging out. C-Toad gonna get the kill from that hell area. Tranquil gonna get the nice little headshot onto C-Toad. Levici getting smoked off and is a 2v3. All 3 players sitting in this main area. They're going to have to contest it. A double jump from the side of TMU. Nice headshot, and Sammy is able to re-peek and get both players.
Oh, a little scary there. You see the first shot and the fast adjustment to the left side too.
It was almost a great little headshot there. Plink? Okay. Carleton back on a bye. C-Toad with an Odin back in hand. We didn't see the Odin do too much the last time, so.
Right here.
Maybe this
will gonna back off, use a
Odin.
Phantom.
GG. Looks like a bit of a default though.
A bit of a default. They're looking more towards mid. They like pushing this mid. I hope and pray to God that they don't push in here with push out into mid from tiles with bomb in there.
Oh, this B main push though. I like how aggressive they've been getting. It's kind of reading into TMU's idea of kind of giving B main when any resistance is shown. They're not going to be able to break the dart, but I mean, gives them the all clear, not the red flag, the all clear to
Han's is going to hear that orb getting grabbed and multiple players' footsteps being launched onto this A site. A blind coming through from Helen. The attacker KJ going down, forcing the Carleton players off of the site, but unfortunately Helen sitting in heaven, actually not going to try and contest it.
I like that idea. You have the
TMU hasn't even pushed off of it. The smoke going back down, and Helen now back in this heaven area with full control of this A site.
I don't know if I like this or if I don't like this, because I think the idea is that they try and take tree control with their team so that they can't get KJ ulted out of sight. But almost, well, I guess it's going to work out this time, but no players stay in tree. Actually, there's a stay in tree. 2 players going to play crossfire, 3 players actually. Some nice damage from that shock dart. The flash here is about to come through. Goes down the dart, going to find some.
Going to get hit with the crossfire. C-Toad going to get 2 from that door.
Tranquil as
Tranquil
well.
gonna swing, gonna get the one.
Wow.
Helen gonna be in there for the trade with the second, and now both
Last player standing.
And the Molly gets the second to last kill. The
0
1v2.
players detained, and now it is up to Helen in a 2v1 to try and avoid dying in this scenario.
Oh, can you live?
And
You
is
cannot.
not going to get headshot by Sugar. And that is round 7 to TMU.
Man, that
On
that
attack.
could've- yeah, on attack no less. That just kind of spells out disaster for Carleton. Coming into a sense, defense, normally it's going to be the easier side, like I mentioned before. And just going down in such fashion can be kind of detrimental to not only the morale with it being the third map and going down by such a big deficit,
Yep.
but just, you know, the lack of confidence can affect the aim. It can do all that thing.
Absolutely.
The tiles push comes in yet
Saw
again.
this
on the
happen. We
eco.
saw this work out last time. Sugar actually going to get one onto Tranquil. Blink going to get snagged out. Is going to
Oh, the Molly! Wow.
It's going to updraft, but end up dying anyways. That is 2 to C-Toad, 1 to Sugar, and 1 to Sammy, I believe, got one.
Yeah. Beautifully
And now
denied,
all
though.
it is left is Helen on this A main. Not going to get found out, but is going to be put in a tough scenario here with just the Sheriff in hand.
Bomb. I kind of would like to see the bomb get planted by the KJ. I'm not sure if that ult is close to being.
Helen,
but-
you heard 5 shots go off. I'm assuming, so one of them hit, and
Last
that's
round in the
that
half.
is the round.
Yeah, all good.
A quick timeout from Carleton coming in, trying to figure out what they can do to end this half in a 9-3 or in a 8-4. Excuse me. It's tough.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, if you're asking me, probably need to call that timeout a little bit earlier, you know, round or two. You know, if you call the timeout in the last round, you're going to make the adjustment for the last round of the round, hopefully.
But now you have to
But-
switch sides, and you have to now you have
Exactly.
to adjust to playing a completely different game.
Right, and it's kind of less than ideal, but, you know, the timeout does come in. It kind of a momentum stopper as well for
Ideally,
for
sure.
Carleton against TMU, and just trying to find anything that could bring them back into this game.
Yeah, they are definitely looking. Carleton back on a bye for this last round. They're looking for this 8-4, looking for maybe a solid round that they can end this on. They do not want to go into this second half, especially on a defender-sided map, with TMU up by 6 rounds.
Yeah, and I mean the 6-round differential just in general for Ascent can be catastrophic. Even just being tied by the end of your defensive half is pretty bad just in general. Only up 2 can also be pretty bad. So looking for Carleton to mitigate the damages as
Yep.
much as humanly possible.
They
So
are
just win
definitely,
the
yeah. They need to figure out a way, especially, and maybe this could be the same thing where we're completely wrong about this being a defensive-sided map, and Metacomp is actually running it down as fast as possible and winning on attack. But you know, see
you know.
Carleton, we see it is
Push up. Oh, and there's a KO ult actually from TMU. It's gonna be fast on a main all the way through. Probably one of there's some break onto the util, and
Yeah.
Sammy getting a little aggressive in heaven. Not gonna find anything for her troubles this time. The solo ult for Carleton on this retake, as well for TMU on this retake, and actually gets activated right now. The blind comes through, trying to find any players on site as Kale gets tagged. Blink
gets
gonna
one,
find
Blink
2.
getting 2. Cito gonna get knocked down to 70 HP, is going to barely avoid that second shot.
Oh my goodness.
Barely does not quite survive that. Helen gonna get the 3 kills on the round, and Carleton will go into this second half in a 9-3 deficit.
Yeah, and that's just 4 rounds. You know, it could have been worse. The team kill, all good. Last round, doesn't really matter.
Switching sides.
But definitely needed round for Carleton going into this attack half. You know, they showed how aggressive they can be on Sunset and how good their attack side can be. So if they're gonna win this map, they're definitely gonna have to come out swinging just like on Sunset.
Absolutely. We've seen some solid attacks. We've seen great util, great trading from this Carleton side. They've shown us that they can do the unexpected. And that's what we're looking for from him right now. We're looking for Carleton to be able to bring this back, even just to a 6-8 in these first 2 rounds on pistol.
Yeah, and I mean, it all starts with the pistol. If you go down if you lose the pistol as well,
A
in
10-4 is tough.
Yeah.
A 10-4 is tough to bring back.
Yeah, and especially just when you go back and you look at the map overall, you see you lose both pistols, you basically lose 4 rounds off of 2. Can be pretty costly overall.
A quick push up from Hans and Plink into this midsection. Going to do a little bit of damage, going to take a little bit of damage. No kills come out of it, however. And now Carleton looking for this A-side push.
Nice Omen blind out of Sugar. Flash is going to come back out maybe for Hans. Thinks about it. Going to walk away. Think about the options a little bit more. Really sound cue now. Showing they were on the box, and now the hit might come through. 4 players from Carleton going onto this A site, 3 players in the tree position. The door actually might be close on them. Oh no, they're going to fight tree.
Ellie able to get 1. Hans not able to get the trade, and Ellie is actually going to get the kill onto Hans.
Now it's a 3-5.
Now it's Levici in a 1v3 in this tree section.
30 seconds left.
Can she get 1? Helen going to get 1, going to get traded. Levici actually going to get 2 and get traded. It is a 1v2 for C-Toad with 3 HP.
Everyone just basically 1 HP. Very winnable for Tranquil.
It is
right click.
Every
is
player
a kill.
in this is a 1 tap to the guns they have right now. It is going to be up to Tranquil to get those kills before getting shot back.
And this just gets so nervous.
She heard the drop. Not
Oh.
able to get the 1, but not able to get the 2nd. And this could be the match.
Yeah, and that's the second pistol that TMU has found this map. Normally, when you win that pistol, the second round is all but guaranteed. Now I know that sounds like a caster curse, but I would never be a caster curse. That is absurd. It's never happened before, I promise you. I've never seen a second round win. Oh, but the Force does come up, so it makes it a little better if they do lose. It's fine because Carleton forces. So
Is it better for either team if somebody? I mean, whoever wins, right? Like it's.
I mean, you're not
You either
wrong.
win or you lose.
Wow, it either hits or it doesn't. And the fast push from Carleton is gonna get really aggressive with these stingers and specters.
C-Toad getting 1 on a Tranquil.
B.
These shots have got to start falling.
Oh, hands.
Hans actually getting 2 instead of Blink able to get that 1 kill. Spike will go down, and Carleton looking like the Force may have been a great idea from them.
Yeah, the 4v3 is gonna come in. Carleton has that KO just on a little bit of HP, but not to worry. You have that Ares in hand, it's gonna spam through, and the flank comes in from Helen, and she finds all 3.
Sugar getting put down to 20 HP from, I believe Levici had the Owen there sitting in Boathouse.
Yeah.
And Helen, nobody watching those stairs, swings and gets all 3 players. Now TMU forced into a full save, or is what looks like a full save.
Yeah. Man, who could have predicted a second round loss? Huh.
What was that about Caster Curse?
No, that can't be. It can't be. It can't be. Oh, this is gonna be a brawl though this round. Just Frenzy, Spectres, everybody on
decent guns versus very bad guns.
Yeah. Oh, and the kills found for Carleton.
Carleton able to get 3, while TMU able to only get 1.
Volley might hit if it doesn't. Yeah, it does. That's
does.
awkward.
The curious thing about KO Molly is it does in fact go through walls and floors. Aloe able to get the kill onto Plink on that box as she jumps up, but also in a 1v3
Classic
with
only.
Classic and 38 HP.
Love a good classic clutch.
You don't see a lot of them.
You don't see a lot of them.
And I don't think we'll see one today
just
either.
Gets the head ripped off with the Spectre hands.
And now Carleton back into the 6-9. Instead of losing the 2 and being forced into a would have been a 4-10, they're back into the 6-9 and Eli. I don't know why I see you smirking over there.
What are you talking about?
I see the smirk. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't
I'm
know.
just here
I don't know
to
what
watch
you're-
some good Valorant, my
You're
brother.
smirking. You're smirking at the fact that Cito has an Odin, right?
Well, yeah. I'm ready to see some. I'm ready to see some spams through this wall. It's the classic ascent. It's the classic ascent moment. Just spam through. Oh, I don't hear it ringing out though. Not yet. Oh, I like that the long range fight with the Spectre. Getting a little.
They're going to take a heavy mid presence here.
Actually, didn't even shoot off the Odin, so maybe not known quite yet, but C-Toad. Yeah,
and
there's
instead the
spam.
Odin is going to come through in CT wall.
The drone as well. Just desperate to find any of these players in mid. Maybe with the spam. Oh, and the shock dart idea.
The shock dart definitely could come through big
Actually,
here.
the
Tranquil
pinch.
might get. Tranquil is actually going
Wow.
to die to that.
I mean, just overall nice idea from Carleton or from TMU to try and pinch that mid side.
Carleton actually finding a couple kills as 2 TMU players push
Oh,
out
I
into
didn't know
mid. C-Toad getting one,
Sugar.
Sugar getting
Strike down
one,
A.
and this just turned from a 4v3 into a 3v2.
And there's the
And
ult.
now Levici is going to die to the ult.
Oh,
Han's
wow.
actually going to
And
get found.
tags. Oh, but
And
Hans.
I
Hans.
thought Hans had that. I got to be brutally honest. I thought the transfer was coming through.
Oh, it looked like it.
It looked like it.
If it was anything but a Spectre, I think that's
Oh,
an easy
easily.
kill.
Even
Even a
Hans
Stinger.
has Phantom.
Phantom, Vandal, Stinger, all good.
Bucky.
Bucky, I'm
Buck-
transferring with Bucky.
I don't even think the Bucky kills the Omen there.
The Bucky can kill anything, bro.
No,
Bucky
actually,
is the best
I
gun
think,
to
I
get.
think, I think Shorty actually is the best gun in that scenario.
You're right, my bad. I do love transferring with the shorty.
Yeah,
There's
a fast B push.
Yeah.
Oh, great blinds. Actually, I don't think Trink got hit
Tranquil.
by that.
Oh,
Tranquil getting a
actually-
kill getting 2 kills in mid as TMU tries to push out. And now Ellie's gonna have to back up.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a fast rotate for Carleton. Just a fast, easy rotate. The molly to
Bot
break
comes
off
back up,
any
but
flank.
that
from mid.
Odin is not there to contest this garden anymore. So now Carleton can actually have A for free.
Flank barely getting in.
They're
the
gonna
door,
leave
all good.
Tree alone, but obviously door will get broken by Sugar in this scenario.
Spam. Or not. Does get the tag, but no spam to come up.
A Guardian ringing out, Ellie with the Vandal, knife comes out suppressing Helen, but the blind comes through first. Tranquil sitting in the corner ready for Ellie to push behind, actually gonna get caught
Nice molly.
by that. Plink actually but gonna get 2. Helen gonna push out of A main and get that last kill. Carleton's get back in this now,
Yeah, it's number 7. 3 of the last 4.
and TMU now on a save.
Yeah. Well, we do see the judge though. Cito tried pulling that out a little bit on Sunset. Didn't find any value at all from it last time. So
Judge on a
it just
Sova
kind
is
of
a little
unlucky
interesting.
though. Yeah, judge is the judge.
That is true, except now it's on KJ.
Yeah, judge is the judge.
Judge is-
All good. The full shield probably.
I mean, it hits or misses. It hits or doesn't hit.
That's true. It's either it hits or it misses. Oh, they're just gonna run
wait,
into
this
it.
is only gonna get
wow.
1 though. That's actually big from Carleton, only losing
Yeah.
1 to that judge.
It's gonna be a big flank. Or, I mean,
And
it's
with
not
it being
gonna-
the
could be,
Sova,
it will be. a
It
big
is
flank.
unfortunate that it is the Sova losing that that post plant
Right here.
denial.
Yeah. So it does make it a little bit more difficult for.
However, Carleton still has the gun advantage here. They're going to try and fast swing in here. Saw the gun from Levici is gonna whiff the right click. Levici gonna get 2. Plink gonna get the 3rd, and all that's left is 1. Cito actually getting 1, finding 2. Han's gonna get that trade, and Carleton brings it back from a 6-round deficit at half to a 2-round deficit 18 rounds in.
Yeah, and I mean that's just very good out of Carleton. Just in general, you know, you're gonna find a lot of people will get killed by that judge in A main just running into it. Normally, it's good for at least 2 or 3. This time
Timeout
it's only
coming
good
in
for
from
1.
Carleton. They're going to make sure that they know where they're going in these next few rounds. They brought it back to a 2-round deficit, winning 3 straight.
Yeah, I believe it is 3 straight at this point.
They've been winning 3 straight right now. Big plays coming in from them. They're
Yeah.
figuring out how TMU is playing Ascent. Obviously, it was TMU's map pick. Obviously, Carleton kind of has to play into them. And with being so down on a defender-sided map, I'm glad to see Carleton is able to find those attack-sided wins.
Yeah, and I just like how Carleton is being just true to the aggressive nature that they set in Sunset.
Exactly.
Just being able to go through A main, you have that KO ult to just instantly ult. You have no KJ util that you have to worry about in the slightest, and you just go in, you take the site, you take it fast, you kill the Killjoy util, and you just make sure that you can hold a post plant. Right now, Carleton looks like they can hold any post plant.
It really what it looks like is that Carleton likes maps that have a mid.
Yeah,
They lost on Bind. Bind doesn't really have a mid.
that's true.
And they won on Sunset, which is all mid, and they're currently bringing it back on Ascent, which has a fairly large mid as well.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. That is true.
Got a couple light shields on the side of TMU, but nothing to scoff at. Odin is ringing out. Levici just trying not to take damage.
Yeah, and there are a couple big ults for both teams here. TMU with the KJ and the
Carleton
Omen
going
and
to try and
AO
send it
ult.
fast up into this mid section, finding that alarm bot, going to play back, making as much noise as possible just to do nothing with it, kind of scare the TMU players into rotating off. They are not going to fall for it, though.
Yeah. That's one of the big things, though, on Ascent as well when you're playing against a Killjoy. They love to put that little bot in
You're seeing the jump peaks
mid,
come through from
just getting it destroyed.
the
is
jump
big
peaks
thing.
coming through all over that little wall. It's a nice little fun.
Yeah, now the noise being made towards A a little bit. No one's going to
There's
really
gonna be a
bite. Nobody on
fast-
B
A
as well.
fast B push coming in. Door
Yeah.
is closed. Mollies are going down. That means that is 0 mollies for this post plant situation, but Sova still alive in
Spike
the
planted.
This could be
in the
big
Tranquil.
kills, a big flank, actually, to come in for Tranquil.
They're going to try and
The
clear
door
this
finally
site.
goes
Oh,
down.
Levici almost getting caught up by that Odin too late. Sammy actually going to swing and get the kill. Popping ult, jumping up, getting a nice little headshot onto Helen and ult. Ellie pushing downstairs, getting 2. Tranquil getting the trade. Tranquil getting 2 from that ramp side, but she is not.
Actually,
I do not
third.
believe that she is able to find this kill before the
Sammy.
spike is diffused. Sammy able to cover for just enough time, and TMU is back in this now. They've figured out the rhythm that Carleton has put in place, and they have disrupted it. It's like Whiplash, not quite my tempo. They're saying they want this game bad. They want the win, and they are ready to take it from the grasp of Carleton.
Yeah, and that's a big 3 kills for Sammy, not only for the round that they just won, but also for the morale. Kind of was a little bit of underperforming on that jet roll, and now, I mean, find that confidence. You get a kill like that with the ultimate, you updraft, you just instantly tap the player back
Beautiful
sight.
headshot.
Absolutely beautiful headshot.
Helen
that's
had
definitely gonna
no
help in the future.
expectation of
Yeah.
a flying jet with a knife that can one tap.
It's true.
Oh, and
Oh.
C-Toad getting a little too ambitious in Levici, getting that nice little headshot. She's going to back up now that she has the play. Now that Carleton has the player advantage. 4 ults. Plink actually has popped knives. Tranquil finding KO in the tree. 2 players known at the moment. Jet on the B side, KO, and now they know that KJ is on this B side as well. KO and Omen on the A. Carleton wants this B side push.
Yeah, and it looks
You
like
should
it's
run.
going to be
An
pretty
attacker side of KJ going
aggressive,
down.
too. Only one player on the site. Going to have to run away that Killjoy ult.
Sammy going to have to try and avoid dying, getting out of the ult. She is able to. 0 players detained, and Carleton now has sight for free. Only 2 players pushing in, though.
Yeah,
They've
it looks
got-
like those players taking quite a bit of time to get set up for this retake.
Playing 1
Seemed-
boathouse, 1 on site. They've now, Helen has now pushed into the,
Nowhere to run!
And the early solo ult as well. Not going to find anything but
a great,
Peachy and Tranquil.
Last player.
oh,
Gonna find
Tranquil getting
kills.
2 great kills. Now it is all left up to Aloe in a 4v1. Will she, at this point she's just looking for those exit frags, right?
Yeah.
The bomb is ticking down quickly. She's suppressed. She knows that there's 3 alive.
there
She
is
is
quite
just
a
looking
no
for the kills. Able to get 1. Carleton not happy about that.
Yeah.
Not happy about losing 3 after the bomb goes down.
Yeah, it is definitely disappointing, but I mean, you look at the eco and
Oh,
you kind of
Alright.
shrug it off. You know, it is
Alright.
what it is. TMU back on the eco.
back on the potential half buy.
Yeah.
Definitely could force up a few guns. You're seeing marshals, seeing specters.
It just kind of depends how they want to try and play this round out. You know, if they're in the next 4 rounds, if they save this round, they'll have about 2 more buy rounds. So if they save and make sure they can buy next round, it should be fine. But oh, that's an
Oh, a
unfortunate
tough
miss.
dash, missing by clipping the wall in mid. She's just gonna have to back up
Yeah,
because she is not ready to take that long range fight with the specters.
does actually break the. Oh, and they actually taken A
They've
completely.
taken Sugar actually getting an amazing kill. Not
Right
quite
click.
gonna get.
Planted.
I believe
Getting
Plink
dangerous for
avoided
Plink.
that
Actually
shot.
gets another kill though.
2 kills on the CT side. Plink, Aloe not able to get a kill. Able to get the wall bang. Spike has
Sammy
gone
as
down,
well.
and now it is in. Now it is a
3v2.
3v2 to TMU, pushing into 2. Only 1 character suppressed by that. No flashes.
Just have to run out. Oh, but
Oh,
Sugar.
getting 1 and Ellie getting
Wow.
the other.
What
And
an
that
eco
put
round.
and that puts TMU in match point. That puts TMU on game point.
Match point, game point,
Thrifty.
End
series
point,
point.
final point, whatever point you want to call it, they can win this matchup right here, right now.
Match
Carleton still has the money.
That's kind of just a big fumble on Carleton's side. You know, you have all these better guns. You have a lot of better guns, and you know where these TMU players are coming from. They've pushed up mid and they've pushed up B main. You escape from B main and from mid. All you have to do is really play your life, but getting a little bit too aggro for their own good, taking the ones on these lighter weapons and giving away free kills. It's not how you're going to win this map.
Now you see
TMU
the
takes full
Odin
advantage.
back into the hands of Tranquil. Not Tranquil. Yeah, Tranquil.
Tranquil indeed.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Sugar's gun buddy combo. Like, Riot Buddy is cool, but you need a different Vandal skin. Match. Doesn't match.
Nah,
Valorant players
it's
love their matching
fine.
skins.
That's not wrong. That is not wrong.
And now with TMU kind of set up in a 3-2 with Sammy able to push back towards that CT side. Carleton actually trying to make a little bit of presence in mid. Alarm bot was not put in mid or was already broken. It's actually already broken. And now they're just looking to take this market area quickly. Smoke goes down from Carleton. Carleton is now going to push in as fast as possible. They've got to watch out for Toad and this Odin. They don't know that it's there.
Yeah, in this moment. Oh, now
And
it's
spraying
known.
the switch. They are able to get the door down before getting any kills from that.
The smoke on
30
site.
seconds
And now just waiting out all of the util as TMU pushes back in. Toad by herself getting 1. Plink getting the trade.
down. B.
That's good enough.
Plink getting 2.
Wow. That's
And now
a
it
good
is
rail down
all
as
left.
well.
It is a 3v2. Plink on literal 1 HP.
Planted.
Helen on about 12. And the other 2 Carleton players full HP against 3 TMU players on full HP. It's going to be a tough hold. Levici finding 1 onto Ellie. Plink finding the second with a 1 HP. Sammy finding 1 and Helen finding the last. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a game. TMU now back, I believe, on another save after buying up that last round.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a lighter buy. You see the rifles are going to be able to
But
be
Sammy
brought
just
up.
gonna force
Yeah.
up. Sammy gonna force up in that op. We haven't seen it come out yet, and it could be a potential game-ending decision with the Carleton team not expecting this. They love pushing those tiles. They love pushing the CT into that mid area. Sammy is ready. She's read the rule. She's read the story. I'm not even. She's read the Carleton book, and she's watched the VODs. She knows what they do. Nobody actually peeking tiles.
Silence. This op not getting really any of the value we were hoping for. That smoke on Cat really early just kind of put a damper on the angle that was desired for the TMU Jet. Sammy Now gonna try the different angle through mid. Tag comes through, just hoping, praying that any contact is made in mid. Accidentally shoots, and that's pretty bad too, because it just goes ahead and
Sees the head, but does not get the shot.
Get out of my way.
actually alerted the other team that an op
Knives
is
coming
online
in
too.
from Blink.
Oh, and there's the ult.
They
the KO
want
ult.
this push onto the B side. TMU is going to let him have it. Switch gets hit, the door goes down. Carleton now has full control of this B site. Helen sitting back in his B main, trying to contest anybody who wants to push
30
up from
seconds
ramps
left.
or from market. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is
there's
how
the
the game is
Killjoy ult.
decided. And KJO comes in from TMU. No kills as Blink gets the knives off. And Ellie getting the trade. Tranquil getting the opposing trade. They still do not know that
one
Helen
player
is in this
detained
corner.
as well.
Helen getting the trade on the C-Toad. Helen getting the second on the Aloe. Getting traded
Sugar.
back to Sugar. But it is now a 2v1 to TMU. Finding one. I'm not quite sure what Levici was looking at, but able to get the flick
she was
onto
popping the mollies on the bomb, yeah.
Able to get the flick back onto Sugar's head.
Honestly, I'm just a little confused
right.
by the TMU decision to try and retake B in that point. You know, you have that Killjoy ult, which can be super easy to retake A on. You can just drop that ult right down in tree, and it basically gets the entire just site of
It gets
A.
mostly all of sight, and then you obviously there's the molly line
Right.
if you still have them available to throw into that wine.
Right, exactly, and it's super efficient to try and structure a retake around that ult in that site. But you see TMU actually deciding to stack towards A, put more presence towards A, and just
play
leave
the
B
retake
and
on
try
B.
and play the retake there, which kind of shows you how bad the Killjoy ult can be over towards B.
Yes.
As we saw basically every player except for one. I'm not quite sure how the Killjoy got detained, but just getting detained in general is going to be pretty easy to avoid when you're on that B site and is placed down in CT.
Yeah, and a great play from Helen sitting in that B main, not letting her presence be known until the right moment, getting one and actually getting the second before she gets picked off, and honestly changing the tide of that round.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you there. Now the force up is going to have to come through. Last round of regulation, win by 2 for overtime if it does come to it.
And we're not seeing a great lineup from the TMU team. Obviously, Sammy is looking for... Good.
Scanning ahead.
Sammy is looking for an early push here. You see two players pushing out into this A side.
Yeah, and that's...
And then Carleton actually going to hear a little bit of the presence on that A main, trying taking this B. B has been working better for them this entire attacking round. They've done a little bit on A, but B has been their go-to this entire time. They're gonna get the switch down. They're gonna break that KJ bot, and for the, I believe the
and
third
they're
or fourth time
really
in a row,
aggressive here.
Pawns actually getting taken out. I do not think. I wonder if her shoulder got seen there.
It might have. That's just
an
good
ult
punish
coming
by
in
Ellie.
from KO. They don't know that Helen is in this corner. A great blind coming in. Helen getting 2, or Levici getting 2. Helen getting traded. Tranquil getting 1. Ellie getting that trade. It is a 2v2 with Ellie's ult finally ending. Those two players still detained for a little bit, and Jet getting re-detained.
This drone does find a little
Tranquil
bit of value.
getting detected, not quite gonna die, gonna get the one. Blink gonna get the trade, and Blink is able to bring this game back. Down 6 rounds at the half. We are now tied up. We are now going into overtime in match 3 of this second game streamed for Purple Rain 2024.
Man, and that's just so big from Blink there. You know, Ellie just comes on a tear, finds 4 in the round to try and drag her team right over the finish line, but no sirree, it does not work out. Blink will not have any of it. Finds another 2, and it's getting very close to that 30 mark. Now sitting at 27 and 16 on the map.
Now, if you guys are just tuning in or you've never seen a Valorant match go into overtime, here's how it works. The game is first to win by 2. So these two teams will switch between attacker and defense, both getting 5,000 credits per round to spend, which means there are no econs, there are no full saves. Both teams, it is a battle of gun skill, it is a battle of util until one team wins that second round in a row.
Yeah, and also you're going to see those ults as well. You're going to be 3 away from your ultimate ability for every character. You know, you can pick up the orbs, you can get kills, you can die, but obviously if you die, then you can't really use your ult orbs after the fact.
Not. Where's the Sage?
Yeah,
where's
unless
the,
it's
where's
Sage.
the Sage
Unless
player?
Sage, yeah.
We need the Sage player. You get ult Sage.
Just get res.
Just get
It's all
rezzed.
good.
You die, just get rezzed.
Yeah.
Oh, almost
Wow.
a terrible read from Helen there. She tries to escape line. Luckily, Sugar not able to hit those shots, and Helen escapes with her life. This TMU team trying to push B. They're taking the space up market. They're into pizza. Hans maybe trying to contest their push in this back wall. They've got 2 players towards the side of B, 2 players in this CT spawn area, and you've still got Plink holding tree.
Yeah, Blink's
now
gonna
they're
have
gonna full rotate back into this tree side. Helen there to assist. This TMU team has not pushed out yet. Helen gonna full swing, gonna get one, not gonna trade. C-Toad actually gonna get both players, and this puts TMU up by a player going into this post-plant scenario. Sugar gonna get one in heaven. They're gonna know Hans actually getting hit tapped a little bit, almost getting headshot there as she tries to swing out. Now, Carleton in a 2v4 has to find these players. They do not know where anybody is. A dart going out is gonna find Hans.
Last player standing.
Yeah, and
Sugar
there's the
actually
kill.
going to swing and get that kill. Levici in a 1v4 scenario to put TMU up by 1.
Not much.
Not able to find that first headshot. Is gonna find the 1 kill. Swaps to the Vandal, but unfortunately checks the wrong angle, and Sammy is able to get that kill. That puts up Carleton, or that puts the TMU up by 1 round and puts them on match point.
Yeah, and contrary to popular belief, this game has definitely not shown that it's defensive-sided. Actually, just attacker-sided from what it looks like.
So
it's
we're
really
all
gonna...
bad at the game. We're all bad at the game, and this map is attacker-sided.
That's true. And now, I mean, it's basically going to come down to who can actually win their defensive round. Or, well, yeah,
Pretty
once
much.
it comes to it.
Yeah.
Because if Carleton can come away with this offensive round, it's going to be a back and forth for basically
It is going to be a contest of who wins the defense first.
It looks like Carleton just wants to kind of lean on what has been working for them, try and get in there and get really aggressive.
They've got a heavy push. All of TMU is rotating back towards this A site. But however, Carleton has not actually committed to this site yet. They're throwing their util. They're finally going to commit. They've got a couple players sitting in this tree side. Door is going to be dropped, and it is going to be a 5v5 retake for Carleton, or for TMU, excuse me, from this heaven side. Door's going to get broken. You've got Omen, you've got KJ in this tree side. You've got all 3 of the other TMU players on heaven. Plink finding 1 onto Sugar. Edley getting blinded, not going to come out with that. Aloe finding 1 from that door side.
4v4's silence comes across.
4v4,
The drop down,
going
Helen.
to drop actually and find 1. Helen finding the second 4. Aloe is able to get the kill. Levici on the flank finds the second. Sova actually with Levici on this flank. It is now a 3v1. And it's an attacker-sided map.
Attacker-sided map moment. 13-13, going right into overtime number 2.
We talk about caster curses being team-specific and round-specific.
It's
You caster cursed this from the
That's so
beginning by
true.
saying it was defender-sided.
That's so true.
You says
I cursed
you
this
caster
map.
cursed the map.
Yo, my bad, Ascent. Just
It
when
was
I'm
so
on.
it was so set in stone. You were like, you know what? Something needs to change. Attacker-sided.
That's true. I couldn't change the characters chosen, so I decided to change what side it's.
Hans
leans
with a
towards.
phenomenal 20 assists in this game.
Wow.
Many people saying assists are just as good as a kill, me being one of them. I feel like if you're getting an assist, you're doing just as much in part as you are getting a kill. Hey, would Plink have 28 kills if Hans didn't have 20 assists?
It's a possibility. It's definitely a possibility.
Hello, people. Why are... What?
All right.
Okay.
I think it's a hit.
Okay. you caught us in our natural habitat of sitting
yeah.
down. TMU also going to opt in for the fast A push.
Yeah, just go aggro moment.
Avicii not able to find
Oh.
the head of Sammy and gets taken out. 4v5 for Carleton on this retake. 2 players coming in from mid. Aloe actually in this mid cat side is not able to find any players, going to back up. but both of these Carleton players on the flank. Alarm bot will detect both of them. But Carleton having to force themselves into a scenario that they may not necessarily want to be part of. A great cross from Ellie and Sammy on this door. Tranquil finding one. Plink finding the second. It just became a 3v3. Helen finding one before Sammy gets the trade. Sammy getting the third, and Sugar swinging out from that dice box and getting the final kill. 14-13 once again, guys. TMU on their match point.
Now it's looking like it's just going to be an all-out brawl towards this A site. Well, maybe not for this round anymore, but the last 3 rounds, just both teams brawling it out on A.
Carleton going to take a quick timeout here before a potential game-ending round here. It's an attacker-sided map now.
Yes,
all teams winning 10 rounds technically. TMU
offense.
up at 11 rounds on attack, on each team winning 6 rounds on defense. It is a phenomena that we are seeing this here in game number 2 of the 2024 Purple Rain series, hosted by GCU and powered by Rockstar.
Yeah, it's definitely an exciting matchup. I was not expecting quite this close of a match for the first day that I get to cast on Purple Rain for the first time. So I'm definitely happy to be here.
After map 1, we were thinking it was going to be a sweep, and Carleton said, we're not going to let you sweep us, even if we have to go down 9-3 at half.
Yeah, and you know, Carleton's just trying their hardest to make this comeback a actual reality. Just clawing their way every offensive round, every defensive round they have, just trying their absolute best to make every retake happen. But now on the brink yet again on this offensive round. See what they come up with. Another look towards the A site potentially.
It seems like this A site is the popular opinion that it is the easier or more doable site on the attack side here. Both teams have consistently won this A site attack. And with the KJ, Ellie not able to find the dart, but I don't actually think she got scanned by it.
Yeah, didn't actually. So now not quite as much info, but
the tree leaf meta.
Yes, tree leaf meta.
The leaf meta is here.
Yeah, actually just a split.
Carleton
really
actually going to swing here.
done.
Ellie getting absolutely domed. Plink not able to find the second kill onto Sugar, but they now know that Sugar is sitting in this hell side. Can Helen find it? Actually, going to check the wrong corner first. Going to finally find the second without dying.
Oh, but
Aloe getting 2 from the door side though. And now the last player, Levici, coming up from heaven. Aloe has an insane read that she is up here. They hear the window get broken, and this could be it, ladies and gentlemen. It is a 1v3 for the final round of this match. Levici able to find 2. Can she find the third? Levici! Levici able to find all 3 players in a clutch scenario. What in the world just happened?
Oh my gosh.
Levici
offensive sided map moment. Oh my gosh.
You saw C-Toad watching the shot, watching the angle. Levici gets a good kill. Sammy actually watching the tree door because it was not closed, gets taken out. And then Aloe Vera not getting the shot off in time, and Levici just being the better KJ. We're tied up again. These 2 teams are not ready to quit just quite yet. We are seeing an insane matchup here, ladies and gentlemen, in game 3 of the second match.
And it looks like it's going to be a really fast hit for TMU. The drone already going to come out and the dash onto lever.
Finally opting in for a B-side push. These TMU players are ready to take it fast. Blink gets blinded and gets taken out. They know Tranquil is sitting in this boathouse section. Can she get one before she dies? She cannot. It is a 3v5 retake for Carleton. Oh my goodness.
They can make a miracle happen yet again.
Hans checking the box. Nobody is there. It is a 5 players on site. 3 players pushing in. 2 from main. Hans gets 1 kill early on.
Both 2 players on TMU, 1 HP
KO
as
1
well.
HP. Jet about 20 HP. A good blind coming out. Can they find this KO sitting right below the wall? Helen finds Ellie. They know that there's at least 1 player in this boathouse. Helen finds 1 more player.
And they're
Con finds 1 more. Sugar finds 1, but then Helen tries the 3rd. And Carleton for the first time in this game, is up.
Oh my gosh, Carleton is coming in so clutch in
For
these
the
rounds.
first time in this match, Carleton has found themselves on the high side of match point. Now all they have to do is win their attack. And as we've said so far, this map is attacker-sided, Eli.
Yes,
They have
yes,
been
it
going
is.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, and I mean, that timeout definitely needed for TMU to cool down a little bit. You know, you lose a 1v3 in the fashion that you did, and then a
you
3v5.
lose your defense. You lose one of only 7 defensive rounds to be won in this entire match. And it is in overtime to put your opposing team up, and now they're attacking, which they have immensely been better at in this match. Both teams, like we mentioned, going 9-3 on the attacker side. Both teams winning 3 rounds on attack so far or 2 rounds on attack so far in this overtime, and now Carleton finally finding that defensive round to put them up.
Yeah, and now it just comes down to what's Carleton gonna think to do now. You know, you could just go back to the great old easy A push. You know, it's good. You know you can do it. You've done it before, and actually, it just looks like it's gonna be a B push. Maybe even the pistol that we saw out of Carleton in the first half, the B push over to, or not the first half, but in the second half with
Looking
the C
at,
push.
I mean,
through
you
mid.
just look at the scoreboard here. 8-4 on one half, 8-4 on the other half, and now Carleton is finally up on this match point. All they need is to find 5 kills or get that bomb down and let it blow up, and they win game 3 of this second match. They're doing a fast push onto this B side. They want these players dead.
Oh,
Sammy finds a nice
Sammy.
kill on the market to start it off. Plink pushing down into this. Does not find the first kill. Does not find the second kill as C-Toad gets the Odin out, and 2 players are left on B site. Helen actually in sight. Neither of these players can recognize it. Helen finding one. Levici finding one.
Helen
and
running gun
are running this match. They are 1 kill away, or I believe it is 45 seconds away from finishing off this match. Game 3. Game on this map Ascent. TMU's map pick. It has been an attacker-sided map this entire time.
Sugar in the 1v3.
Sugar, 1v3 has to find this kill. Tranquil has it. Tranquil
Finds
gets
the
taken
first.
out.
Helen,
But Helen
no!
is there for the tray. 3 kills in the final round. And finally, Carleton brings it back. 8-4 at half.
I mean, finding the absolute miracle sun run through those last 3 rounds. You find the 1v1, 1v3, the 3v5, and then bringing it back again from another 3v5 to find the final round to win this match against TMU.
This entire 3-game set has been absolutely fantastic. But I got to give it to Tranquil, MVP for this game.
Yeah.
Just for able to find that 1v3 clutch scenario in overtime to bring them back to a tie game.
Yeah.
She has been playing phenomenally. All 10 players played phenomenal games in all 3 maps. It was an intense, I mean, we played over 70 rounds of Valorant just now. It was an intense match, and it was Carleton who was able to bring back the match, is able to continue their undefeated streak.
Yeah, definitely a marathon of a match today, but final goes to Carleton 2-1 in electric fashion overall.
Now, we've got more Purple Rain coming up for you guys in the next week. We've got Snaily versus our very own GCU Lavender next Thursday at 6 p.m. PST. That will be 7 o'clock MST. We've had a little bit confusion last night with that. And again, Friday, the Western Wings will be playing UCSD. That will be uploaded on Saturday at 4 o'clock. And then 2 weeks from last Thursday, we will see TMU be playing. I don't know who that school is, unfortunately. But they will, in fact, be playing again. We've seen what they can do. We've seen TMU. You guys have seen TMU's ability to play this game, and it has been a fantastic showing.
Yeah, and if I don't know what could possibly excite everybody more for this series than this match right here. I mean, if this is what we're getting in the first week,
Yeah.
like I'm looking forward to what we get in the next weeks to come.
Yes, this is definitely looking like a very competitive Purple Rain. Carleton, I know, kind of swept the league a little bit last year, but TMU showing they're here to play. Their very first debut match of Purple Rain. We're not in the 2023 season, are now in the 2024 season, and they're here to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, just GG's to Carleton, GG's to TMU overall for a great match tonight.
Yep.
And hope that we catch, or thank you for everyone for watching today.
If you stay with us the entire time, we hope that you are just as hyped about the games that you witnessed as we are. Signing off, I've been Evan Kettler. He's been Eli Ford, and we'll see you on Thursday.